Everybody, welcome to 20 Sides Every Story. We are going to be getting started with our Spelljammer campaign. This is session 1. For those of you who were around for our session 0 that ran on Thursday, we're gonna, kind of really just like jump right off from that session 0 time. But we're picking up with episode 1 for Light of Xaryxis. Before we get into the campaign, though, talk a bit about the channel. For those of you who are new, we are 20 Sides Every Story. We are a channel that primarily does actual plays of campaigns, homebrew as well. But we also, play video games every now and then, typically story-themed stuff. And we do lots of non-D&D. There's DCC, there's, in the past, have been Call of Cthulhu and Kids on Bikes, Teens in Space, children getting attacked by aliens, whatever the hell else other kind of indie games there are out there. Mouse Ritter. But tonight we're playing some 5e Spelljammer Light of Xaryxis. So a couple pieces of housekeeping, just because it is a channel. If you would like to hang out with us a little bit, you can hop into the Discord. We'd usually have a watch party going. There's lots of activity, lots of chatter there. And of course, as always, if you want to hang around and see this campaign as it develops and as we play it all out, you can hit the follow and just pay attention to this channel. We will be playing this campaign every 2 weeks, but there are all kinds of things happening. We have Dragonlance, we have, I think, Storm King's Thunder maybe still going on. We have a community campaign that we draw from the Discord community and from viewers to play in. I'll talk a bit more about that when we wrap. But there's lots of stuff, so stick around and play some or watch us play D&D or play with us, whatever floats your boat. But that is that. So I think we got a jam-packed session today, hypothetically. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the campaign. So, Spelljammer Light of Xaryxis. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of context for coming into this. This is just sort of a recap from what we talked about on the session 0, just to make sure we're all on the same page. But your party is currently on the planet Macopia, sometimes referred to as Amoeba Prime, somewhat affectionately, somewhat sarcastically. But this is a planet of primarily plasmoids. And your party you're basically ship hands, or what's the term for that? Like deckhands, sailors, people who work on boats that travel between planets. So you are currently there, basically on shore leave, running errands for the ship, collecting supplies, kind of taking some time to rest at the port city of Traveler's Point. And that's where we're going to pick up. Bit of information about Macopia is that this is, like I said before, this is the planet of the plasmoid. So actually, I'll give you a visual to go off of. There's my little planet. And what's interesting about this planet is it is home to primarily plasmoid and plasmoid type species. So gelatinous cubes, black oozes, sort of like typically dangerous animal-like oozes, but also the sentient race of plasmoids, which are generally speaking a pretty friendly, pretty peaceful race that, broadly speaking, are interested in kind of a simple life on this planet. And they were, mostly isolated till the Githrazai contacted them and taught them, about space travel, traveling through the wild space and traveling through the astral sea. And so your party is currently docked in Traveler's Point, which is kind of a hub for interstellar travel. So ships that are docking, that are, looking to deliver goods or ferry passengers, typically Traveler's Point is the place on the planet they're going to go to. Most of the planet is covered in lush greenery, but there's deserts, there's oceans, there's sea, there's lots of different textures and sort of land structures that the ooze people really like. And in fact, you've come to learn, because two of your members are also plasmoids, come to learn that the ooze species likes unique textures and they like to feel stuff, right? It's just interesting to them. And so you'll also notice that about Traveler's Point, that a lot of the buildings have unusual shapes to the walls. There's textured floor everywhere. Even the chairs and the tables tend to have sort of unusual ripples and bumps, and just little places where you can kind of rub your hand and feel something a little bit different than just a flat surface. And the party is at dock, and you are running some errands, some really basic stuff. And so what we're going to do, in lieu of a traditional static character introduction, I'm going to pick two of you, put you on an errand, and what I want to hear from you is a description, primarily what your character looks like and how they're acting. And then you can give kind of the generic, like general, hey, this is my race, this is my class, that kind of stuff. Don't worry about backstory. We're cool with that. It's just sort of paint the picture of what your character is up to. And we're going to start with Placebo and Koraz, the Hive. You two are on an errand for the ship, and I'm actually going to let you choose the errand that you're running. Just any errand you can think of that would be valuable for your crew. And what I want to hear from you again, like describe your character and then how you're running this errand, what's going on, and I'm going to interject a little bit with some NPC chatter. So we'll start with Placebo. So what does your character look like? What errand are you running? How's it going?
Well, okay, I'm Robyn. I'm playing Placebo. Placebo is bubblegum pink plasmoid. She's a small creature, and right now she's wearing a mask that has a big smiley face on it in order to show everybody that she's friendly, because it's hard for other humanoid creatures to tell my feelings. I find that sometimes they read me wrong. So she's probably following a little bit behind Koraz and is very eager to anticipate anything he might need, or if he doesn't know the area. If you please, this is my hometown. I can help you. Up ahead, be very careful. This is a bump that some people trip over, just trying to be very courteous and helpful. And whatever errand you wish to run first, we can go there first. I think there are several things we should bring back to the ship, but of course you know more than I do, so why don't you lead the way?
So Koraz, tell us a bit about your character. What do you look like? What are you up to?
Yeah, Koraz is a small-sized thri-kreen, a bug-like humanoid. He's got some extra arms about. He can change his carapace color kind of to fit his surroundings. So, with Placebo behind him with her bright pink color, he's kind of interjecting a little bit of pink into his, kind of greenish brown carapace color, kind of to signify that they're together. He doesn't pay much attention to what the captain wants. He's a little bit confused when Placebo says, "Oh, we can do whatever you want to do," and he's like, "I don't know what we're supposed to be doing. Where? What?"
Maybe some food? I think we're supposed to get some more. We're supposed to run down and pick up the supplies to restock. But only if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can do that.
So as you're sort of like wandering the alleys of Traveler's Point, you will notice bubblegum. Gosh, I'm gonna mess that up. Placebo.
It's okay. You can call me Bubblegum. That is perfectly fine. People have called me that before.
Dang it. Placebo, you'll see a couple oozes that are sort of swaying in their pseudopods, or are making these little like motions and moving in and out and reabsorbing and coming out of their bodies to each other. And Koraz almost looks like they're dancing, but you maybe know by now, having watched Placebo and her brother, you see a couple of oozes, they're communicating via sign language. And Koraz, you wouldn't be able to pick it up, but Placebo, you would know that these two oozes are talking about the meteor showers that have been not plaguing the planet, but have been occurring the past couple of days. They've been very beautiful, but they're also wondering what it's all about. Why are there meteor showers? Is this some kind of sign from the goddess Carol? Is this that's your god, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Or is it Carol? Okay. Yes.
That's Carol.
Carol, the deep lore. And they're just kind of conversing, and then a third who's kind of slimes up, and he's in a blob shape, and then kind of turns into a person and starts to like do the little pseudopod sign language dance. And yeah, they're just talking about the meteor showers they've been noticing. Out of curiosity.
Oh, and I will relay that information to my friend because it is very rude to talk in a language that other people don't understand. So they're not talking about you, Koraz. That is the meteor shower they are talking about.
I didn't even know they were talking. I thought they were getting down.
Oh no! That is. I talked to my brother that way. Is that what you thought we were doing? That is very disturbing.
I thought you liked to boogie.
No, that is how we speak to one another.
There's several wires getting crossed. Okay, so you're kind of just, and as you're like moving through the town, the city, and getting your supplies, you'll hear additional chatter, and there primarily ooze live in Traveler's Point. It is a plasmoid. And I say ooze, I'm sorry, I'm like plasmoids. They're plasmoid people, not oozes. But the plasmoid primarily live here, but you will run into just about any species or race you've ever experienced in a D&D setting is in Traveler's Point. You'll see, tiefling, you'll see Loxodon, the elephant people, just, Gif, of course, and all kinds of different species, lots of humans and half elves and everything. But majority population is plasmoid. Some of them communicating privately with sign language, but a lot of them are communicating as best they can with the common that they learned with the various people. But the topic tends to be about the meteor showers that have been happening the past few evenings. And so with that, we'll cut over to our other part of the party. And so we'll pick up with I'm gonna mess up his name. It's Zephistopholes.
Zephistopholes.
So Zephistopholes. I feel like this is punishment for all the character names that we've created.
You can call him Zeph. That's okay.
No, it's okay. It's a great name. And Ichabod. So you two are back at the tavern, and you're at the tavern, and you're basically waiting for the rest of the party to meet up. You've really bonded and made friends over the past like 6 to 9 months with Placebo and Zoraz, and you're just kind of hanging out. And while you're hanging out, you've been approached by this human. He's a blacksmith. He looks like he's seen his fair share of ship travel and combat. He's got an eye patch and a scarred face, and he's a little drunk, and he's just kind of like chatting you up. And so first, I'd like to hear sort of like, Zeph, tell us a bit about what your character looks like, what you're up to, and the basics, and then how you react to this like chatty blacksmith.
Well, Zeph is a Thrycreen, and as such has maybe a little bit different. He's got a very emerald green carapace that he takes care of. It's polished, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. And he's dressed, if you would see him in a tavern and you were looking for somebody to take care of someone that you would like to no longer be breathing, or looking for an adventuring type, he would stick out because he's got weaponry. Like he's wearing like a bandolier of throwing knives and a couple of short swords at his hip. But that whole image and like what he's dressed as and what his profession is sort of offset by the fact that he's got all these tiny little mantis like creatures that are crawling up and down his back, and sometimes they're crawling into this strange like backpack that he has, and it seems like it's kind of fitted so that they can kind of come and go. And I think as he's listening to this blacksmith yammer on, he's just going, oh sure, okay. And hold on there, Lisa, Knock it off. Leave your sister alone. Yeah, keep going. I'm listening. I can do more than one thing at a time.
Yeah, and the bartender, and he's sort of interjecting, just kind of casual chatter just about the docks and the life here and what it's like, being a blacksmith and, Mocopia and all these kinds of things. And that brings us to Ichabod. Tell us a bit about your character, Ichabod, and what you look like, a bit of background information, and just kind of what you're up to listening to this blacksmith yammering.
Sure. Ichabod is a medium-sized plasmoid. He is dressed rather nice. He has a brown top hat that he wears at a jaunty angle, and he carries a walking stick, and he kind of sees himself as the emissary of the planet and his species as a whole. So he is really engaging with the blacksmith, trying to get some news, because he had been off planet for a little while, so he's trying to get some news about things that have been happening, but also then trying to really talk up the city as well. Like, oh, have you been here, and have you seen that, and just very, very engaged, and probably speaking quickly and meandering around conversation. So if the guy is a little drunk, he maybe not even following everything that Ichabod is saying to him. And as far as the character, he is a College of Eloquence bard.
Excellent. And that's exactly it. You're talking, and this guy, he's like that. He's a chatty drunk, and he's looking, and you can see sometimes his eyes glaze over a bit as you're quizzing him on things, and then he'll just like interrupt the conversation and change it totally different direction. But he's clearly engaged with you, and talking to Zeph, and Zeph is playing the nice guy, and just but then he looks at you because you're like, really like entertained as far as he can tell. You're his mark. He's kind of like picked you out, and he's just chatting you up. And I guess it's worth pointing out for everyone and audience as well is that Ichabod and Placebo, this is your home planet. So Mocopia is where you were born and raised. It's where you, this is your place. This is your old stomping grounds. You've been away from the planet for a while, I think, but you're here on a visit, kind of nice. And this blacksmith, he starts talking. He's like, "Yar, so you see, now listen, I shit you not. So you seen all these meteorite showers, right? So one of those little bulbs, whatever they are, coming into the atmosphere, struck my neighbor's house, the baker, right?
Oh,
burrowed
dear.
A hole.
I say.
Right through. And I would, of course, I laughed my ass off because the guy's a ponce. He thinks he's better than me because he makes food, but I make the weapons. So, but anyways, and oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, did they have a small place?
No. Yeah, nice. It was his place of business.
Oh, okay. Because it sounded like they maybe needed a little more space.
He just like glazed eye. No, I said it was a big place. He just right over his head. Anyways, but listen. So I shit you not, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. And in my years of travel, a vine started growing out through the side of the building, just bursting up. You ever seen anything like that before? You just stared.
Well, there is quite the plethora of plant life here on our planet, as you surely know, having lived here. But things do not typically grow very quickly. Are you sure maybe he didn't have a garden inside his home, and maybe it was bent over, and he like uses a pseudopod to kind of show. Maybe it was bent over, and then when the hole came, it was able to stretch toward our sun.
I don't know. I've only been on Mocopia for the past couple of years, but I've never seen anything like this. It was glowing, almost like it was, I don't know, like I can't even really describe it. It just said this eerie glow. But I laughed my ass off because his place is destroyed, and you know.
He just
Sure.
laughs to be polite, but doesn't personally find it funny.
And so, right about that time, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. He was just trying to make small talk, keep the conversation flowing.
And the conversation flows, and if your attention wanders, you may notice that this tavern is populated by lots of sailors, lots of this is like the place to go if you're on a ship and you're coming down to spend some time. So some tough looking folk in this tavern, and this blacksmith is just he's just yammering and enjoying the attention. He's drinking another drink, and as he's kind of like ripping into some other tall tale, you all four of you feel a rumble, just like through the ground, like a little like a tremor, and you lose your steps a little bit. Zoraz and Placebo, you're out on the streets. Maybe you're carrying a crate of stuff, and you don't lose your, you got your things. You didn't lose everything, but you could just see people just like, whoa, and they're just reacting badly. Blacksmith looks at you, probably looks at Ichabod, says, "You feel that?"
I did. That was very, very strange. We don't usually get quakes on this part of the continent.
Well, it's probably, and then he's about to say it's probably nothing, and then another tremor, and you hear a crash of, I think basically like a building collapsing outside, and he's like, "We got to go see what's going on," and he runs out of the tavern.
Is this one of those funny situations when your building comes crashing down?
I guess depends on which building.
Okay, let's go check it out.
So pretty much everyone in the tavern is going to follow you out, and we're going to pop over to a map. And that is going to be... Boink. So I'm going to activate this map, give you all a few seconds for this to load up. It has a lot of tokens on it, so let me know if it hasn't loaded yet.
It's good.
Yay.
I see it.
Cool. And I'm going to share an image for you. I'm going to see if this shares out. If this is like too huge, I apologize. I'm going to do the best I can. How did that share okay, or is it like gigantic?
Well, it's big, but
It is big.
It's
I
big.
can scroll and see it, just not all at once.
Cool. Well, just look at the top. That's the important part anyways.
Uh-huh.
I was going to tell you all the people at the bottom, just imagine half of them are oozes. So as you step out of the tavern, and this is true for Placebo and Zoraz, as you kind of like turn the corner from your errand, you see this giant purple crystalline vine that's just shot out from a building, and it towers above you, several stories high, and it's pulsating with this purple energy, and debris has shattered everywhere. People are screaming and running around, and everyone is just having this complete panic. And I will say this: this is not intentionally a joke, Ichabod. There is an ooze server that also came out right behind you that is your identical art. So like, this is you're this one. You're this one right here.
Hey, where'd you go?
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and also, Zeph, you're not even on this map. Let me put you on real quick.
That's because I'm using that camouflage
Your
ability
camouflage
right now.
And in the midst of all this chaos, some people are running around, yelling. There's some people that are gawking and staring. And Zeph, right behind you, a woman steps out. And I'm going to try to share her art as well. And hopefully this won't be too rough. So when I shared earlier. And she steps out from behind in the from the tavern. She has a drink in her hand, and she also has a scimitar out. And she's staring at this vine, and she just sort of shakes her head. It's like, well, that's no good. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm going to the docks. And she slings the glass, and then she heads off, starts moving north. And so she'll kind of go off the map.
Do we know her? She's
Oh,
not
no.
a fellow crewmate, is she? No.
No, she's not a fellow crewmate. You don't know her. Well, I mean, you may have seen her around. It's possible. You might know her like incidentally because you're all on the same dock and everything, but she's not from your ship. And she gives you no indication of who she is or anything. She just sort of addresses you because you're right there. Hey, we should all get out of here. And she sort of like runs off. And in like the 30 seconds or so for everyone to process, another trimmer rocks the port. And this time out of this trimmer, so several parts of the cobblestone and the road and the rock are cracking apart. And out of these little cracks, you will see these guys, these vine creatures, start pouring out of the ground. And it's almost like the vines themselves from this tree, or this vine rather, that's like blown up overhead. Little tinier versions are forming into these creatures, and they are going to start attacking people.
Oh no! Oh no! Koraz.
Ichabod was saying, Ichabod was in the middle of saying, "Welcome to oh dear."
Yeah, and so you hear "Welcome to Mucopia" or half of Mucopia, and then we're gonna have some chaos. And so what I'm gonna say is this all happens really fast. You'll have some chance to, we'll roll initiative in a second, but right when these creatures come out, they immediately turn hostile. And this one right here slings vines out, captures this poor looking guy next to his little like stall, and the vines wrap around his body, just encase him, and you can see his face start to turn pale and almost shrivel and become icy, and the air like kind of this condensation forming in the air around him as this energy just pulls from his body into the creature, and the creature just starts to like vibrate with energy, and he's dead. He just collapses like a husk, and I think it's initiative time. So I've got 1 million citizens on this map. I am not going to put them on initiative. So I'm just gonna kind of like roll them out, and whatever seems appropriate. But everyone else will get you on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll add you to initiative just for the sake of getting the ball rolling. But in the future, if y'all ever want to add yourself,
I put myself in already.
You did? Look at that. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I wasn't like, I did it, teacher. I just was letting you know.
Did do it. You did do it. You get extra credit. I can't tell which one's Ichabod. There's like 3 oozes.
Are you saying we all look alike?
Listen,
that's why I wear the mask.
I can't remember if it was you or the official like lore that says that they don't need surnames. Is that your description? That's your description. So
that was our made up history.
Cool. All right. So Ichabod, you can roll if you go into that little fist icon, and there you go. You got it. Look at that. Rolling to 21. So here we go. So we'll pick up with Ichabod. You see this happening. You are welcoming them, but obviously at this point it's extremely clear that these are violent creatures that are attacking. What would you like to do?
Wonderful. Let me quickly, since I'm first, think of what he would do. I think he is going to do unsettling words to hopefully do some damage to this guy here. The guy.
Okay, so vicious. Oh, unsettling words. Is this part of your College of Eloquence?
Yes.
Cool. I probably should have looked up your class, like your subclass. So describe for the class, what does your unsettling words do?
He kind of comes a little bit closer to this one, not super close, but just starts scolding him. Now see here, that is no way to behave when you're a guest on someone's home world. How dare you? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay. And then he gets a -8 to his next saving throw. Is that right?
Well, let's see. Looks like I think he takes some damage as well. Perhaps
Okay.
not. Bonus action, 1 die. Yeah, so the next time he makes a saving throw,
Takes
I guess,
8.
yeah.
Okay.
I guess it is saying damage, but I don't. That must just be a default thing in.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably the Forge. So you could cast a spell that has a saving throw attached to it. That'd be pretty clutch.
Yeah, I think he's actually at this point going to take the dodge action just to kind of see what this guy might do in reaction to, you know, being confronted. Maybe we can still talk it out at this point.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. And that's gonna. Is that anything else on your turn?
Nope. Moved just 5 feet and scolded.
All right, Koraz the Hive, you're up.
Yeah, Koraz is gonna kind of put his arms back to kind of block what's Placebo from what's going on, and say, "We've got to get your friends out of here." And he's going to cast Eldritch Blast on this guy here.
Cool.
Let's see if it hits. 14.
That will hit.
Okay. Nine points of damage.
Ooh, that's a big one.
And
see.
then he's going to send another blast, the second blast over at this one.
Okay, so you're kind of like splitting the blasts.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Ooh.
That's a crit.
Yay.
What color is this blast? As it's
Ooh, it's bright pink now.
Oh, I like that one.
All right, so that's the 1d10 again. One other d10, or yeah, let's do another roll.
Okay, we'll roll it again. Ooh, baby. I'm liking this.
Nice. So the second beam, so the first beam knocks a couple vines off the creature. This second one, though, for the Astral Blight, like basically blows its arm off, but flies off and incinerates, and then vines just kind of like pour through its body, like it starts to like slither, and another arm comes out. Doesn't look healed, but you know, it's sort of like as it's doing that, it's a little less, fewer vines, I guess.
Nice. And then with my bonus action, I would like to cast Expeditious Retreat.
Okay.
And where am I gonna move to? Oh, I can't move yet. Or I do have movement still this turn. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. Go right there.
Okay. Cool.
And that'll be it.
Very nice. Placebo, you're up.
Oh, you're leaving. Oh, well, that's okay. I can help. I'm going to move to in between this one and this innocent-looking person. And I'm going to take my quarterstaff, and I will try to bap him and say, "Go back. Leave them alone."
That'll hit.
18. Okay. Oh, yay! 6 bludgeoning.
All right.
And I have an extra attack, so I will attack again with my quarterstaff. $17 hit?
Yes, and go ahead and roll.
All right. For 10 bludgeoning.
So, first kill of the game. You swing your staff. I mean, actually, how are you doing this? I'm just curious as a
Well,
plasmoid.
I do sometimes just put my staff in the ground and swing around on it, but in this case, this time I am hitting it with it's kind of half absorbed in the ooze, and I'll just it's like dancing, but like hitting it with the stick. So
Cool. And you knock its head off, and the vines sort of wither on the ground, and it goes into the dirt. And when you do that, this Hadozi that's like right behind you just like gets basically just hightails it.
yes, okay, you need to go, and then I will take the rest of my movement and get. I think I moved. I have 40 feet of movement, so I can move here to try to block this guy, and I will use my bonus action, and I will do a flurry of blows. I will use a key point and do 2 unarmed strikes against this guy. I want to stop them from sucking any more life out of my friends.
Hit.
Okay.
All right.
9.
Still up.
All right. And 16.
Hit.
Okay. For 11.
You kill it. And so same thing. You wipe out the first one, and then you run over and just punch the crap out of this guy with your pseudopods. And it again, it falls to the ground and it withers, and the vines kind of they like turn to the grayed out, and they like slough off and turn to ash. And as you're hitting it, you're kind of feeling like, even though you're beating up against vines, these are pretty rigid, almost like metallic substance.
Okay.
Okay.
It is not something I recognize. Be careful, brother.
And it is Zeph, your turn.
Oh boy, here I go killing again. I'm gonna pull out my short swords and all right, hang tight there, kids. I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on this one.
Okay.
Then I'll step forward and first swing with my Scimitar of Wording.
That is a hit.
Here's the damage from that.
So 6, and then your Hunter's Mark, right?
And then Hunter's Mark. I'll just...
I have a feeling I'm not going to need to keep track of his mark, so another 4, so minus 10.
And then I'm going to use my children's. Once on each of your turns, you can cause the swarm to assist you in one of the following ways immediately after you hit a creature with an attack. One of them is the attack's target takes 1d6 piercing damage from the swarm. I'll do that.
Oh my god. So like, are your kids like flying around and like biting this thing? Like, what's happening?
Go get him, Tina and Lisa and Damon. And they're just like leaping off and just like trying to, I guess it's got kind of a ropey kind of, they're just like with their little pincers just like cutting away at those little ropey vine pieces.
Yeah, they're just little bits just falling all over the ground and like turning gray and ashy. Okay.
And
extra
then
attack, or
I've got my extra attack.
and that is a hit. So that's a total of 7, and then you got your Hunter's Mark.
Yep, and I think that should be everything. Oh, do you get Hunter's Mark every time? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you do.
every time.
I guess you do.
Yeah, right? I think it's every hit,
Did
isn't
it
it?
last night, so I hope
I believe
it's
so.
right.
Another 4 points.
So you just like, this blight was crawling up, and there's this this space turtle. That's what this guy's titled. Was just sitting there and like on a stick, and he's like, what's happening? And then this blight just comes out, like omega red vines flipping everywhere, and you just walk up, shred it, your little creatures, ripping it to pieces, and it goes down.
If I've learned anything from Spelljammer, it's that you can put the word space in front of anything.
Yeah, I named every one of these commoners, and I named this guy Space Turtle because I just couldn't resist it.
And then I'll make my way down to the south here and be like, "Oh, you guys should get out of here real quick."
And what's going to happen? This turtle is going to run to the docks. Well, he'll go 25 feet to the docks. I don't know what their actual movement speed is. This half-orc commoner will take your word, and she's going to just start to she's going to start running this direction. And she'll dash. And when she gets to this point, Zoraz, another vine burst out of this building, and debris flies everywhere. And these 3 civilians are just crushed by rocks.
No.
And the path is not totally inaccessible, but it's heavily blocked now, this area.
So who's going to keep the tally on how many NPCs Winston kills up?
You really shouldn't even bother. It'll be too long, too fast.
You save the Hadozi and you save the Space Turtle. That's what matters.
Oh,
all right.
The humanity.
All right, and so this blight is going to move 5-10 feet, and it's as it's moving out of the ground, the vines are almost snapping out from where it sprouted, and it just is kind of trudging real slowly, and it only can get to this point, and it's got its whips out, and it's sort of trying to get at you, Zeph, and just can't quite, and it spies Ichabod 3 and just goes and just throws it out. The vines stick into this plasmoid and just it freezes him ice cold as the energy gets sucked into the vine creature, and he starts to vibrate with energy, and this guy goes down.
You cad!
And then that'll bring us to the blight up here. And this blight is going to, again, move really slowly and going to get to about right there. And it's going to take, actually, has it got anything it can do is more interesting than this? Oh, it gets multi-attack this whole time. Good Lord. And yeah, he's gonna kill these 2 oozes. I'm not rolling for this. They're commoners. And then we get to the last blight down here. Now this blight is going to actually see you, Zeph, as the threat, and also you just have a lot of energy because you're running and you feel very hot, and so it's going to get really close to you. And as it's getting close, you'll notice that it's actually it's glowing. Even though it's daytime, you can pick off this faint glow off the vines, and it's almost pretty ethereal, and it's going to take a couple attacks at you. So here comes attack number 1. No, not advantage. Ignore that. I'm sorry. I clicked the wrong button.
We still miss.
Oh, well, okay. So, all right. If my advantaged attack missed, I'm gonna keep that, because that's 2 rolls in a row that would miss. So I'm not gonna take the second one, the third roll. So it misses with the first one, but that's its second attack. It's a 22. I'm assuming that hits.
That hits.
Okay. And then let me double check the damage. Boop, 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 boop. And you don't have any special damage resistances, do you?
Not that I'm aware of right now. I'll probably learn that a couple sessions.
It's true. You take 4 points of radiant damage. So there's this burst of light as the vines attack you. And then I need a oh no saving throw. You're grappled. The vines are wrapped around you. And that is its turn. And then Ichabod, you're up.
This was the one that just attacked my companion. All
yes.
right. We are going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the one right next to Zeph.
Okay. And is there any intelligence limitations or anything? I just want to be mindful of. Oh, you know what? It's actually pretty smart. So okay. So yeah, so here it'll do the DC 14 Wisdom saving throw. This is weird coming in at 5th level. I keep feeling these numbers are too high. and it fails. So what happens?
So it is, if it does not succeed, at the end of each of its, it can recast it, but it basically, it finds everything so hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. So it can't really act.
And it's incapacitated, so that means the grapple's broken, right?
I would think so, because I think it describes it as kind of rolling, falls into fits of laughter, so I don't think it can concentrate on a grapple.
Cool. Hey, Glaxian, what's up? Glaxian's in the chat. So you're free from the grapple, Zeph, as this creature starts rolling around, and it doesn't even have a mouth, but somehow it's like processing the joke in like a deep guttural sense, and it's just rolling on the ground. And then Ichabod, anything else you want to do?
Yeah, I'll do a bonus action bardic inspiration on my sister.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, thank you for the encouragement, brother.
These people need our help. And then he's just gonna kind of start heading a little bit farther away from the damage of the enemies.
Okay. So Koraz, the hive, you are now standing in front of like a big pile of rubble.
Yeah, and the bodies of the people I was just gonna try to tell to get the hell out of here. So
yeah, and they're just like, and I'll tell if you want, you can make a medicine check to see if any of them survived the rubble. But it's give me a medicine check. Why not? Let's do something non-combat for a second.
Sure.
See if Koraz even cares or notices.
Probably neither with a roll like that.
You can flavor it however you want, but as far as we're concerned, there's no surviving NPCs in this rubble.
Koraz does not believe they lived. With that, I believe I'm going to whip a firebolt at this guy here.
Okay.
18.
Oh yeah, that is.
Excellent. And the old damage.
Level 5 cantrips, baby.
15.
Coming out hot with the cantrip rolls.
Pow!
And actually, let me make sure it's not resistant to that. Nope. So you hit it with the flames, and it doesn't ignite, but washes over the vines. Looks very damaged.
Nice. And then I will move up to stand next to my friends here. And I'm going to turn my carapace a color that will match both of my plasmoid friends now to stand in a wall of scaring everybody, I guess.
Cool. All right, and then Placebo, you're up.
All right. I'm going to try to help. I'm going to run up to this person. This is a vine, right? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I will use my quarterstaff to attack.
All right.
There's a lot of buttons to push to attack.
There are.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
You
I
press
hit
the
him
crit
hard.
button on accident.
All
All
right.
right,
No, I
so
didn't hit the- So,
All right.
10 bludgeoning on him. And I will take my second attack.
you knock its head off, another head like slithers out.
You cannot hurt them. It's a 13.
That's a hit.
Okay. For 7 bludgeoning. And then
You hit
I will
another head off.
bonus action unarmed strike and try to hit the third head off.
2 little heads are
Too
coming out
many
now.
heads. Oh, you just need to stop. You
That's a
need to
hit.
Stop hurting people. Whoa. For 7 more.
All right. You punch one of the little heads. It goes flying, and like this thing is like barely. It's like a string of vines. It's barely keeping any kind of form. Like one thin vine for each of its arms. It's like a little stick figure, but it's hanging on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not take him down. I hope you can get away before he kills you.
The little head just turns and looks at you. All right,
Space
Zeph.
portal.
Space. I gotta have high stakes. It's all about the turtle. All right, Zeph, you're up. You got a couple of these guys hanging out, and one scared lady. She's grabbing onto you.
Oh,
The one that's right next to you is prone, so you will
Yeah.
have.
okay.
Advantage.
I got a lot of arms, but I guess I could give you one for a little comfort. That's no problem. All right,
He holds your hand.
It's kind of weird, but that's fine. So I have advantage on this. Oh, I'll
Yeah, I
bonus action my hunter's mark on this.
This fool.
Yeah, the one that's prone.
Yep, that'll hit.
All right, so here's the regular damage. I'll just roll 2d6 right away. I'm going to use both the hunter's mark and the hive feature.
Okay, cool. So another 8. So 18.
And then my second attack.
That's a hit. I'm just shredding the vines. And that's a total of, damn you, D&D Beyond. -6 plus, give me another D6
That's right.
for the hunter's mark.
Getting that.
Okay. Oh man, that thing was going. -9, and so yeah, you just like slicing and dicing it like it's a julienne fries, just boom, gone.
All right. Well, you can either come with me or whatever you want, but I'm going up here.
And then that brings us to the blights. So you run right into the blight that is now about to take an attack on you. So you run a little bit closer, and it was like moving pretty slowly, and it looks hurt. I don't remember. Oh yeah, it's like fire's like washed over its body, and it's just gonna swing at you twice with its vines. Normal. So 18 and 9.
Both miss.
Oh my god, it's like a paladin ranger.
Yeah.
So they're like, do you have a shield in like one of your forearms? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, I've got a shield.
So it's just like the vines are just like flipping out from its hands, and they're just wailing against your shield. You just can't find purchase.
I have a short sword and one of the offhands. I just haven't had a chance to use it yet.
Got it. Cool. All right. And that'll bring us to our other blight. It's a little stick figure blight, and it's going to turn around to you, Placebo, and it's going to try to just whip at you with its 2 little stick arms.
Oh, okay. Run toward us. Run.
18
That will hit.
and a 10. I'm assuming not.
That will not.
So the first vine is going to hit you, and you are going to take 4 points of radiant damage. And it like slithers around your plasmoid body. I don't really know how this works, but you're grappled somehow. You can
Like the way it feels.
yeah, it feels invasive. And the vine it's got you, and you're grappled, and you can feel some of that heat like draining out of your body.
That's okay, as long as the others get away. Run.
And the space turtle is going to kind of like meow, meow. And then the gith is going to start to run, and the gif is going to run behind the gith just to be extra confusing, and they'll get out. And you can see they're running off to the dock, and like from your perspective, Placebo, you can see like there's like a path going north to where all the ships are docked, and they appear to be fleeing to the docks to like get on their spell jamming ships and that kind of stuff, and just get the heck out of here. The turtle is just inching, and then a tremor hits, and you all feel the ground shake. More rocks burst out from vines burst out of the ground. Rocks are shattered everywhere. Some of the buildings start to collapse, and you just get the impression this entire dock area is going to collapse any minute. And 6 more blights come onto the scene. Gonna place them kind of randomly. And gotta get all those guys in initiative because I didn't think clearly. Is this one the other one I added? I don't know. Whatever I added. Whatever I added is what's on the screen now. So, bink, 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 bink. Okay. And we're gonna pick up with them. They're gonna start to attack. Ichabod, you're gonna get attacked by some more blights. 2 vines. You're trying to be friendly. 22.
That'll hit.
And a 16.
That'll also hit.
Okay. You are grappled. And you will take a total of 12 radiant damage. Is that a lot at this level? I don't think it's that bad. Oh, okay. It's like a third of your health. And you're grappled. So I can't remember.
Am I crazy, or is there a... Do we have advantage against getting grappled as plasmoids, or am I crazy?
You have advantage on the checks, but if I remember correctly, on this skill or this attack, you just get grappled if you get hit.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a larger, smaller creature, it's grappled. Escape there's an escape DC for that, but you don't. Gotcha. And that you would have advantage, I believe.
That was a whoopsie.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that a reaction? Okay, cool.
That was just a whoopsie.
All right, next blight is going to attack. This time it's going after you, Zoraz. Oh, it can't go that far. It's only going to go straight to here. And it's further away from you. And again, it's just like, it's almost like it can barely move. Like they're they're struggling to make movement, but it is able to reach you with its whips, with its vines. Does a 17 hit?
Oh, yeah.
And then does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Okay. So you'll take 4 points of damage and then another 8 points. A total of 12 radiant damage. Oh my god, you're a sorcerer. This is not good. So these things are like bursting out all over the place and attacking. And we'll get one more. Oh, I messed up actually. I think that one already had its turn. And then Ichabod, it's back to you.
All right. Well, I think
grappled.
we will start with doing a bonus action healing word on Koraz.
Thank you.
Ichabod, as you're doing the healing action, maybe you're distracted or you could even notice this, but everyone, you can see that this big vine infestation that's been bursting out of the baker's house this whole time, apparently. It's bursted out and it's just growing and growing and growing and just emanating this energy. And I won't make anyone do any intelligence checks or anything, but you can tell it's almost like what these things are doing to the people is what this thing is doing to the planet. Like it's like to the earth around it. Like it's sucking out energy. You can see the ice kind of forming on the ground as the energy is getting pulled into this vine.
All right. Well, I think I shall try to break the grapple if I can.
I do think you're right. I think you get advantage. Let's double check. Boop, 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 boop. Plasmoid, get... Oh, there's so many thingies. Amorphous. No. I don't know. I think you're right, though. Does that sound right to you, Robyn? You get advantage on the roll for...
I don't remember seeing that, but I maybe just missed it. I'm not trying.
Maybe I could be thinking of something else. So if we're not seeing it, then we'll just do a straight up.
Yeah. I was thinking Amorphous, maybe. Yeah, Amorphous. You have advantage on ability checks you make to initiate or escape grapples.
Oh, well, there you go. David's a better reader than I am. Detail, that's for sure.
There's a lot of new abilities in these creatures. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So do you want me to just do a strength check?
Strength or acrobatic, athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Athletics. Well, we're definitely gonna do acrobatics then.
Yeah, that was a subtle hint. That you...
Oh my gosh.
You do not break free.
I am the definition of squishy. All right.
The vine just constrict further, and that's your action. Use your bonus action as well. So,
And I can't move, so that is all she wrote.
yeah, and you are going to take some cold damage at the start of the turn. That's not right. What the heck is that? Okay, you'll take 1 point of cold damage at the start. Actually, it's supposed to be at the start of your turn. I'm sorry, but regardless, at the start of your turn, you take 1 point of cold damage. As you feel the energy sort of sucking out. A little patch of your slime is like getting kind of icy.
Alrighty.
And Koraz, you are also grappled.
Oh lordy. Which one has me grappled? This guy here?
Yeah, that one there, and it's like inching on the ground towards you, but it's got its vines on you.
Yeah, I guess, well, if I'm grappled... I'll try to... No, if I'm grappled, I can't attack, right? I gotta break free of the grapple.
No, you can attack if you're grappled. You're not restrained. You can't move.
I can't move. Okay.
Yeah, so there's no disadvantage on your attacks or any of that kind of stuff. It's just like you're stuck. Okay,
gotcha.
Because this thing's trying to suck your life out.
Yeah, I don't like that though. I'm gonna try to blow it up. I'm gonna firebolt it.
Okay.
15.
Oh yeah, that hits. Yeah, these things aren't very dexterous. They're just kind of like hanging out, like just moving.
Koraz needs some new shoes.
Koraz, rolling hot. 15 damage.
Yeah.
You just smoke it, and it just like it burns off a hole right in its chest, just like this gigantic like cartoon like style hole, and it goes. The vines just start to like filter back in.
Okay, and then yeah, I don't actually, you know what? Let me do this. I'm gonna Misty Step.
Nice.
Up here. Yeah, I'm gonna get the heck out of this situation here.
Okay.
And where do I want to go? I think I'm gonna go around this corner here. Yeah, I'm gonna go about there.
Cool. So you missed a step out, and right when you do, you see that there are a couple of guards that are finally showing up to see this chaos, and they come running on to the scene, and I'll throw them in, and they're like, "Everyone to the docks! We'll get off this hellscape." And that'll bring us to... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, looks like you guys got this under control.
Oh, they haven't rolled
DM,
initiative.
DM, what's our drunken blacksmith friend doing? He's just
he's
just watching it all unfold on the deck with his
He's
drink
laughing.
in hand.
Yeah.
Even though this guard got in ahead of me, can I please just say to my people, I think we need to run to the dock. I've been waiting for my turn.
Yeah, you could definitely have your turn. I just rolled the guards in.
Well, he can
So-
take his action. I just want to be sure to be able to say that. I think
guess-
it's time to run.
Okay, he'll just run up and he won't even be... Well, no, he can take an attack. So yeah, sure. Okay, so you're hearing that, Placebo, run to the docks. And this guy's going to try to spear this weird thing. He's like, "Watch out! Let the professionals through." And he misses the spear.
Hey there,
Like, hits
guy.
We got this under control. All right, Placebo.
All right. I am grappled, but I will try to hit the one that is grappling me with my quarterstaff.
Go for it.
17.
That's a hit.
Okay. for 8 bludgeoning.
Oh, this is the stick figure one. So yeah, it just, you hit it and it like explodes. Just like just shatters, pieces fly everywhere, little twigs. It's like hitting a twig blight.
They are so annoying. And even though I said run to the docks, I need to help rescue my brother who is grappled. So I'll take a couple steps his way and hit this one with the quarterstaff.
Okay. That's a hit.
26
Nice.
to hit. For 11 bludgeoning.
Monk's doing monk stuff.
Yes, and I will do a flurry of blows and hit it another couple of times with my pseudopod. Well, it's not really because that's a bonus action to make one of those, but
You could have had it out this whole time. That hits.
all right.
Yeah.
11,
Nasty.
and then the last one. 16,
That's a hit.
and haven't had to use my bardic inspiration, so 6.
Oh. Yeah, you beat the shit out of it. So you just come like just super speeding in, just like with all your little pseudopods and or whatever you're attacking with. And the vines drop off of you, Ichabod, and you just feel like this like surge of energy.
You have my thanks.
All right, run, brother! And I'm gonna try to insert myself between him and this other one.
All right, Zeph.
Hey, professional, huh? Well, it's all yours, guy. That sure was a missed opportunity right there. I'm gonna move away. So, I don't know if it wants to
Yeah, I guess it'll take a opportunity attack. Why not, right? Okay. And oh my god, it hit you.
It hits.
It hits. So you're actually grappled, right?
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, and you'll be there when you get grappled because it's a 10-foot attack range.
Oh, okay.
So isn't that how that works? Like you're at the end of their range, which will get the attack. Oh, that's an attack roll. I'm sorry, that's not the damage. Ignore that.
That's good. I wouldn't want that.
24 damage.
So it's 9 points of radiant damage. Just this flash of pink energy as it wraps around your neck. So you're grappled.
Yeah. So I can't move, and I'm 10 feet away from it. Sucks.
That's the worst case scenario.
That's not ideal.
I didn't mean to do that, but I think that is the way it works.
I think you're right. When you move from their range,
Mm-hmm.
play range.
Don't you wish one of your little hands had a crossbow in it?
I do. Let's
Tiny
see.
hand crossbow.
I guess the only thing I could do, I could try to break the grapple, so I'll do that.
Okay. It was DC 13. Strength or athletics or acrobatics, your choice, obviously. No problem. So you throw the vine off. You're no longer grappled. I gotta find my grapple token. And as soon as that happens, this beast vine creature just immediately locks its attention on the guard, and you get the impression that you're kind of like free from scrutiny.
Look at this person, man. What the heck are you still doing here? Come on, you listen about as good as my kids.
You shock her out of her shock, or you shake her out of her shock, and she just starts to run.
That's an interesting direction that you've chosen, but okay.
The dock is north, you guys. We have to run.
Oh, is it north? I was going this way. Oh, sorry. I shouldn't have been so hasty.
Battle.
I'll follow you.
Chaos of battle.
First time in the city, you know.
I know it doesn't feel right, but trust me, I'm a native.
I know. I only did it because my dock map is weirdly oriented north. It feels wrong, but yeah. So anyway, I'm not gonna like roll out all of these things. I'll just kind of say like average damage to this guard. Oh, actually, I probably should roll because that might be bad for this guard. You know what? I'm just gonna say that there's no way this guard survives 2 astral blights. So these 2 blights just like swarm up on this guard, and they just suck all this energy. And you can see like the armor just like has this cool sheen of ice forming on the surface, and then boom, just drops down. And the beings are starting to thrum with energy. And then we'll say this one up here is going to attack you, Placebo.
Okay.
So I'll get a couple attacks off. Boop. Boop. So 12 and a 8.
No, those miss.
Those miss. So the vines are missing. And that, I think, is really it. I guess there's one up here. We'll say this one is going to go like shamble towards the docks slowly. And then the blacksmith is like, "Oh, this is the craziest shit I've ever fucking seen." And he's just going to go and run right into the blight and just like take a swing at it. I don't know, whatever. He's got a club.
Feeling brave. Liquid courage.
Liquid courage. And just completely misses. Not even close. All right. So, Ichabod.
Ichabod is going to start running away. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I will do a healing word on myself. I'll upcast that.
Okay.
Because I just realized when I cast it on Koraz that it kind of sucks in its first level.
Koraz is the experiment. For Koraz, though, Koraz only has like 20-something hit points, so...
That was like awesome for me, actually.
Oh, okay.
I was like a quarter of my hit points. That was rad.
We're going to upcast it at least to level 2. Do a little bit of healing there.
Yeah, you're not.
All right.
Cool. So you get some 8 points back. Nice.
And that is a bonus action, so I will just use dodge as my action then.
Okay. Oh, you know what? You used it before. I don't think I attacked you when you dodged. Never mind. Okay, cool. And so this other guard's going to come on the scene and, you know, it's going to dash up to here. It doesn't have the ability to attack Placebo, but it'll say, "Oh, out of the way. I've got this one." And he's got a spear and he's like probing it with the spear. Koraz, you're up.
That's not how you do it. You're not supposed to probe it. Let's see. So, I think... And I forgot to roll concentration before when I got attacked, so let me roll that now to see if I still have my expeditious retreat.
Oh,
going
right.
on.
Yeah. Good call.
Which I do, I think.
Yeah, you make it.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going to fly up to right behind my buddy up here.
Cool.
And then I will blast this guy with a firebolt. Memory serves me. I think that hits.
Oh, yeah. That hits.
And I'm going to tell the blacksmith, "Hey, man, get out of here."
Cool. So, yeah, you just smoke this thing for a lot of damage. And it, yeah, the blacksmith says, "Arr, you're right. I'm a fool, but it's too late. My turn's over." Placebo.
Oh, you've got this. Okay, I will use my action to disengage, and then I'm going to run up and engage with this one, and just stand and stare menacingly. I don't know if he can tell, but I'll stare menacingly at it.
Are you intimidating it?
I don't think I can, but you know, that's what I am doing.
Give me an intimidation check just for flavor, and then
Okay.
Zeph, it's your turn.
I mean, I am wearing a big smiley face. I don't know how intimidating that is.
With a disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
You don't need to. Don't worry.
So, what was that, a 4? I don't know if I could get any lower than that, but let's see.
Almost.
5, yeah. I'm very intimidating.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Zeph, it's your turn.
A small chunk of bubble gum staring at you.
Okay, I get right here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to take a couple of swings at this one.
Yeah, and this guy just got nailed with a firebolt and definitely hits. Oh, minimum damage. What is that, 5 total?
5 total. A little bit of my kids will help out.
Yeah. Go
Get 'em.
Tina.
Get him.
Lisa.
Lovely
Yeah,
thing.
you kind of, you almost feel like you want your kids to get a win, and like kind of learn how life is supposed to be, and you pull your punch just so they can swarm and just rip this thing to shreds, and it dies.
All right.
The babies kill it.
Pretty good
The
form.
wonders of youth.
It brings me back. Does
and so
full movement, my action. Yeah, I'm done.
Cool. So at this point, I think we can. You get the impression that like this is going to keep happening, and in fact, as you're all collecting towards the north side of the city, you're seeing buildings collapse, rubble just getting sprayed everywhere by the vines. As you run sort of past this big purple vine, you can see the tendrils of the vine just expanding over the city and just like ripping up the street. And now there's like dozens and dozens of these little astral blights. They're just like popping up out of the ground. And everyone hightails it to the dock. And that is going to bring us. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put you back on the Macopia map, just for the sake of like a visual, because the dock. Actually, you know what? I take it back. Let's actually use. I'm going to do something I don't do very often. I was thinking about the other day with the game I was in. I'm going to show you the map, but it does not necessarily imply there's combat. I know that's the instinct a lot of times when you get to a map. So I'm going to paint the scene, describe what's happening, and obviously you can have combat if you just start killing commoners and like whatever to like get on a boat, but like it's not the intention to like mow through the innocent people. So there could be, but just letting you know, this is mostly it's for visuals, and if things go bad. So you make it to the dock, and as you're looking back, the city is basically collapsing. It's falling to underneath this vine attack. The docks are chaos. So there's about 50, 60 people that have rushed out from the city that were either in the dock or were from the cityscape where you were kind of running. And you'll notice that there's something a bit unusual. First of all, there were 2 ships and a large galleon that were in the dock. You remember one of them was your ships, not the galleon. You were in a smaller ship. And the 2 ships that are smaller are destroyed. They've been crashed by a vine. But the galleon at the far end of the dock is in good shape. But the people are being blocked from getting onto the ship. And you'll notice that there's all of these thugs are kind of like blocking the entranceway. And they've got clubs, and they're just beating back the people at the different pinch points in the dock area. And there's this man at the top of the boat. I'll highlight him. He's long red hair. He's a big, bulky guy, and he has his own club, and he's kind of like tapping it in his hands. Yeah, he's up on the boat. You got him. There you go. And he's calling out orders and sneering. And what's happening is that while these thugs that are holding people back, all the other thugs are moving cargo, and they're sort of like rushing to get everything filled out on the ship so they can just get the hell out of here. And they're holding back all the people who are just like, let us on the ship. Let's get out of here, please. There's room. It's a giant galleon. And they're like, there's no room for you. You curs, get out. And just...
What a bunch of assholes.
Oh, but maybe we could be very useful on their ship. Maybe we should try to convince them how useful we would be. We've been on ships before.
What about all these other people here? Aren't they your friends?
Maybe we can convince them to take all of us.
When you say convince, you mean like convince?
I think it could start with nice convincing, and
Oh,
if
sure.
nice convincing doesn't work, then your way of convincing.
Okay. Whatever gets results.
Here, why don't you let me give it a try? Maybe I can calm some emotions here, and cooler heads will prevail.
Okay.
So,
Moving your token around. And if you want to move tokens around, you totally can, but also don't feel like you have to. I'm kind of like trying to help paint the logistics of the visual, but yes, you can move up next to your buddy.
Yeah.
Your
So he's
twist.
just kind of gonna sidle up, and I do want to cast Calm Emotions.
Okay.
Um,
Fortunately, I think that requires humanoids, so all the oozes are like, they're still angry.
well, he's mostly casting it, trying to get the goons who are being violent towards the crowd. So
Cool. And let's what I'll do is I'll just say that all the humanoids in the crowd, they kind of calm down a bit too. They're a little bit less panicked. And then these I'm not gonna make them do saving throws or anything like that, but these guards need to. And
hey there, good sirs. We can surely work something out where our collective passage aboard your fine vessel is, we can contribute. We can even help you load your cargo quickly, escape this scene of carnage.
okay. And so you see a couple of the guards are gonna calm down. I'll roll for all four of these crew that are right here. And this guy up top, he reacts well. This one right here, he sort of seems to cool down a bit as well. And you can see them kind of like, what are we doing? Why are we beating up the citizens? And like there's plenty of room on the boat. They're kind of like, coming to their senses. But the other two are like, you idiots, and they just like smacking people left and right. Like, you're gonna mess up. Travis is gonna get angry at us. He's gonna make us leave us here. And they're just trying to rally again. And then another guard's gonna another thug's gonna kind of like walk up and check what's going on, and they're just arguing amongst themselves a bit. And they're totally ignoring you, Ichabod. It's just this loud cacophony, but they do feel that calming. And just as that sort of like happens, you're gonna feel a tap on your shoulder, and you'll notice this woman right here is the same sailor that was in the tavern with you, the one with the scimitar. And she turns around and says, "Oh, you're quite charming. Maybe you could help me out with this problem."
I would love to be of service, madam.
It's like, weren't you with a bunch of other tough and rumble types?
Yes, they are right behind us. We dispatched a few of those terrible plant creatures, and we were hoping to peaceably leave the area, but it seems as though our path is barred by these street toughs.
Oh, you mean Travius's gang? Well, let me introduce myself properly this time. And she holds out a gloved hand. Actually, she wipes a bit of blood off her face where she's been clearly like roughed up by the crowd. Holds out her hand to shake. I'm Captain Elena Sartrell.
He takes her hand and kind of puts his mouth as though he's going to kiss her hand, but doesn't really put his slimy face up against her hand. Just kind of like does a nice bow gesture and tips his hat. And it is an honor to meet you. My name is Ichabod, and these are my companions. And he kind of ushers them forward so they can, be a part of the conversation. This is my sister Placebo, and these two are Koraz and Zeph. We just call him Zeph because he has quite a long name. But
I'm a mouthful.
And these are his children. Let's see. I think there are 17 of them, and their names are as follows. I jest. Now is not a time for such nonsense. Forgive me. How can we be of assistance?
So she kind of soaks on. Well, it's a pleasure to meet everyone. Like I said before, I'm the captain, Captain Elena. And I am the captain of that galleon. And she gestures to where the redheaded man is commanding thugs.
That is your vessel, and they will not let you aboard?
Well, you see that man on the top? That's Travius. He's a local thug, gangster. and he seems that this is the time to seize my vessel and all this chaos. So,
How gauche.
You want me to kill him?
well, that's one solution. Would you do that? Can you do that?
It is a service I provide if you got the money.
Yes, we have very disparate skill sets here. We could try to talk this out, or my friend here is quite capable of dispatching any ne'er-do-well who gets in our way.
I can literally shoot him from here. So if you guys provide me some cover, we can just kill that guy.
My concern, though, is that there are those strange plant aliens not far from here, and, well, your way actually might be quicker if you think you can take him out from a distance. Maybe his men will be less likely to put up a resistance.
I mean, I can get one shot off, but if he goes in the boat, I'm kind of screwed.
Quite a conundrum. What say you, Captain Elena? What would you prefer?
Well, Travius is an idiot, but he's also a pretty formidable fighter himself. So I'm happy to kill him, cut his throat, but I don't know. It may take more than one shot.
Maybe would he have a conversation with us? Or where we could try to convince him that it's best if we all work together.
You can certainly try. I think your friend here has caused a bit of disarray with the thugs. I think if we press forward, we could maybe slip through and try to seek an audience. Is that what you're wanting?
We should try before just killing him.
I mean, it's always good to parlay for your own ship back, I guess.
I can send him a message, and maybe we can get him to join us here on the docks. That way we don't have to try to elbow our way past these ruffians.
That'll make it a lot easier to kill him.
Okay, I will attempt to. So I'm going to use the message cantrip. He's within 120 feet. So I point at him and say, Sir Travius, might you join us on the docks? We have a business proposal for you.
All right. Give me a persuasion check.
And I think while that's happening, I'd like to blend in with my surroundings.
Okay. And is that like an action, or how does that work for the Thrive
Yeah,
Creed?
it's just like hide action, but I have advantage on it.
Okay, cool. Give me the hide action, or give me a stealth check, I guess, with advantage. That's quite good.
24?
Oh yeah. I mean, these are commoners and thugs, so you disappear. So what are you turning into wood? What's happening?
Yeah, just right up next to the side of this hull, ready to pull my weapons out if I need to.
Cool. So that persuasion check, going back to that, a 26. And so you said this is like a message. He can reply back. Is that? I can't remember if that's known to people, or is it
I believe it's part of the spell that
he can. Yeah, he can reply in a whisper that only I can hear if he so chooses to. But I did not let him know that, so I don't know if he would know that.
Sure. I'm just gonna assume that there's sort of always an implied Critical Role you can apply to this message. We'd have to say it every time. And so with that high of a check, he would just say, a business proposal. I'm interested. Someone with some sort of arcane abilities, I guess. All right. And he comes out and he just bellows, "Who's the wise guy who sent me a message in my head? Come stand before me."
Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Just making my way through, and he kind of just oozles around the people in his way as best he can. Kind of just squirms.
Yeah, and I'll say Koraz is going to join him. He doesn't trust his friend being alone up there with this ruffian.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and we don't have to. I'm moving tokens just for the sake of like illustration. And you know what? Maybe at this point it might be wise to put yourself where you would be in case this doesn't go well.
Can't.
Oh, it's gonna
my
be great.
But
So the other ooze is following you and like pretending to be you. Ichabod, that's what's happening.
He's like, if this guy's getting through, I'm gonna just totally follow. Yeah, that makes sense.
Is he the same color as Ichabod? Because weren't you guys saying if they have different color, like you can tell what family they're from how they look or something like that?
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
we
gonna
can also
say
change our color based on like what we absorb. But I mean,
I'm
yeah.
like a flamingo.
But he could have a very. I'm sort of a neutral state. Like I don't absorb, purposefully to change my color. So if this guy doesn't either, we could. But I am wearing a top hat, so you guys would be able to tell who I am, and I'm pretty spiffily dressed. So
yeah, this one's wearing rags, and but he's like sort of like shaping himself to be like your shape.
It's like, oh, hello. Yes, I was.
Have a friend.
Yes, we would like a word with you, Master Travius, and I think maybe we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
So he's gonna whistle, and his two thugs, they're gonna move up in front of him, and they're kind of like, I mean, he's not in the ocean. Just damn grid. This is what I get for using a map. So anyway, so they're just standing there on the bridge and just staring at you, and I'm assuming that if there's combat, just place yourself where you'd be. I'll trust you all on that. So he says, yeah. So what's your proposition?
So he is going to he realizes that we're in a pretty precarious situation here, and things could go badly pretty quickly. He's going to come forward just let's see, maybe one more step. What's the range of friends?
Oh my god.
Well, I guess I just cast it on myself. So I'm gonna cast the friends cantrip and try to get him to be my friend.
Okay, and this is the one that like enrages the person afterwards, right? And just trying to...
It might.
They certainly know. They know they've been charmed after the time has ended, and it looks like it's up to a minute. So we got to do some quick talking here. Oh yes, he's like. So it seems as though you have some cargo that needs to be loaded, and this planet is under attack. My friends here and Captain Elena and some of these others could be of great use to you, and we would be in your debt. So you'd have some free labor, and we are, as I mentioned, capable warriors. So if these things follow us into wild space, you will have a veritable army to fight beside you.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Try.
I'm gonna give him some guidance on this too. I'm gonna put my hand on his back and give him some guidance just in case he needs it.
Sure. And in all the chaos, I don't think anyone would notice the spell or anything like that. So you roll the 19 plus a d4.
All right. Nope. It keeps adding one more d4.
I
Just
know. If you
roll.
right click it, it'll
Yeah.
take it away. Just so you know, I do that all the time.
So if the enter button does not actually roll it, what does
You have to hit roll the button.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I need to pull the other dice method in. I can't remember what the other module is. So 23 total. Well, you need a 10. So you got that just for the drama. And he goes, well, I mean, you cut a good jib there, friend. You talk a good game. What all can you do? You said an armory, but you look a little soft.
Well, my friends and I, my sister is quite masterful with that weapon, and we have a sorcerer and a ranger. I think, though, you will see what we can do if we wait around too much longer. So Why don't we discuss the finer points of this on your vessel?
He says, all right, sounds good. You can come on. He stands aside.
He runs. He like walks like confidently, but he's like doing that like kind of fast walk, like kind of slump down a little bit lower.
He follows behind you, and so does the random ooze guy. And he gets on, and then anyone else, if you want to get on the, like, what is everyone doing during this conversation? This is gonna. You have about 30 seconds or so before shit's about to get really bad.
Are they letting the other like randos on the ship, or just us?
Just you. Whoever you identified as part of your crew.
They're all
Ichabod.
with us.
They're all everyone.
Placebo would try to like usher it to go really quickly ahead of her, like, oh yes, Floyd, you keep going, Floyd, you know, and just like naming them to be like, you know, acting like they're part of her crew.
Okay, so I'm gonna say, okay, 30 seconds of this is probably about how you're gonna go before this guy realizes he's been charmed. So, Ichabod, you clearly get on the boat. If you allow the weird, like, ramshackle guy, sorry, right, the sort of like shambly guy on, are you letting him on?
Shambly Floyd. Yep.
Shambly
let's do
Floyd.
this.
He gets on. Anyone else who was like, I'm gonna get on the boat during this like 30-second window or so, because you've seen Ichabod pull this game, and every time disaster ensues.
Go towards it. I kind of want to have Elena come too, like she was next to me.
Yeah, Elena will follow. She gets the clue, and she's like,
I think I want to also cast the friend spell on him and yell, "Hey, wait up for me and all of us, all of our crew."
Give me a persuasion check with it. Actually, give me a deception check with advantage.
Deception check with advantage. I like this. Me likeys. Okay. Just there we go. Oh baby! Zorak!
You just needed a 10. This guy's he's like, well, there's your whole crew, like this, like that, the shopkeepers, and
We are.
all of our crew. Yes.
We are a package deal, I'm afraid.
all right. So all this, everyone's just gonna start to move forward. Zeph, what are you doing during all this?
So I didn't want to interrupt, but I would have placed my hunter's mark on this guy, and I've got my bow out, and I'm just like, trained on him. I'm camouflaged into this building back here. I'm just watching. I'm not moving forward quite yet. Can I still see the guy once he gets to the boat?
Yeah, because he's sort of like, he's kind of like taking his position back where he was, like on the kind of the top deck. And actually, I guess he'd probably be over here.
I've just got an arrow knocked, and I'm just waiting for shit to go down. Like,
yeah, he's like, seems like not a great idea, but I guess I got a good feeling about it. And he's just kind of like letting it happen.
I do want to get, okay, he went over there. I want to get a little closer to him as a buffer too. So I'll place myself, not in a threatening way, but close enough that I can get to him.
And he's sitting there, he's like scratching his head, and he's like, wait a minute. And then he's just like, it dawns on him what's happening. And he's like, kill them. And we're going to have another round of initiative.
We're just going to use this map. It's not going to be combat or anything.
That's true.
But you said show us what we can do. This is what we can do for you.
I'm gonna, for the sake of our sanity, I'm gonna hide all of the civilians because they're not gonna kill the civilians. The civilians are running into the ship, and some portion of them will run in. Some will get scared by the violence.
Don't be scared by the violence. It's good. The violence is for you.
That's right. It's for them. Okay. So let me get my people on the initiative. Boop, 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 boop. Gotta be a faster way to do this. Oops. Okay. And get the thugs down here. And I will say too, like as you're getting on the ship, because you're actually all the way on the ship at this point, or several of you are. You are noticing right away, like this is a galleon. It's seen better days. This is actually Elena's ship, and she would have told you, and you would have noticed on the side of the ship, I think it's called the Moonlighter. Now I'm blanking on the title. We'll just say it's the Moonlighter, and if that's wrong, then oh well. Regardless, though, so you get on the ship. It's this kind of beat up galleon. There's a couple ballista or ballistae or ballistae. There's a broken mangonel on the ship, and you will notice that there is a spell jamming helm right towards where Travius is standing, but you don't see the spell jammer anywhere about. So, like, you just see all these thugs. Maybe Elena's the spell jammer, but you don't see the person who necessarily pilots this thing. And with that in mind, we are going to roll initiative. Make sure I got the numbers right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. Roll NPCs. Begin combat. Koraz, you are up. And you see Travis, he takes his big club, he points it out and says, "Kill them. Not the civilians. Kill the talkers."
That's not very nice.
We really stepped into it this time, Floyd.
I forgot that Floyd to the initiative.
So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to move back a little bit, and then I'm going to blast our good friend, the leader, with a firebolt.
All right.
Does a 13 hit?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna use a sorcery point or whatever they're called to do that thing, that reroll thing. Magical guidance.
Ooh, I don't think I've seen that one. How does that work?
It's just like it says use one sorcery point to re-roll it, but
Nice.
And use the new roll, potentially turning the failure into a success.
Cool. So you rolled 10. That's your actual roll, and what's your modifier? Plus 6?
Plus 6. Yeah, so 16.
Still a fail.
Okay. All right.
You could tell, like, he is unlike the others, the thugs. This guy is wearing a nice suit of scale mail, and he looks pretty tough. He's a buff guy.
Right. I guess that will be it because I used my sorcery version for the bonus action.
Cool. Getting that sorcery magic going on. I love sorcerers. Cool. Ichabod, you're up.
Ichabod is going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on Travius.
We're just laughing as Ichabod. You have like no combat spells. It's just like you're up on the deck.
I'm a talker, man. I'm quick talking ooze here. You really should learn to have a bit more of a sense of humor about you, Travius. And if you can't think of anything worth laughing about, I happen to have a mirror in my pocket.
And he fails. So he's like, I mean, mirror, that's pretty, I got it right. And he just collapses on the ground laughing.
All right, so he's going to kind of move a little bit farther away from the other thugs, closer to Placebo. And would you say 10 minutes has passed since I gave Placebo Bardic Inspiration before? I would say.
Oh yeah, I would say like combat plus running down and dealing with this.
Yeah. Okay. Situation. Then I will do another. Well, actually, I'll hold it. That is all I will do.
Okay. Cool. So Travis, he's on the ground, he's laughing, and that gets to be his turn. All he can do is a saving throw, if I remember correctly. Is that right? Does he get one at the end of his turn
Yeah,
or
I
something?
think it's at the end of his turn. What does that say? At the
Um,
end of each of its turns,
And
each
each
time
turn
it takes
takes
damage.
okay.
Yeah, so he can remake the saving throw.
All right, so he'll retry the saving throw with a +0. Oh my god, he got it. Okay, but his turn was ruined, and that's the end of his turn, so he's still prone. Oh, I just took him out of combat. Son of a gun!
He had a weak heart.
Damn
The
it.
laughter was too much for him.
He died. All right, we're just gonna say that his how do you edit initiative? I can't remember how to do it.
You right click
And then you update
and then
combatant.
update combatant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. I don't remember what it was, but I know it was after Ichabod, so we'll say 21. Not 211. There we go. I guess it wouldn't really matter, just be like first. Okay. Thug is up next. So basically what's gonna happen now is all these thugs are going to be dealing with the chaos. So the thugs that are down here, I made the NPCs invisible just so there wasn't as much like visual clutter for everybody, but what's happening there is these thugs are actually on the other side of the crowd as they're running in. So all these thugs at the bottom are kind of going to fight their way through the crowd. So they're going to move basically with like with sort of like rough terrain. And so we'll say that he gets up to like right there. And then Zeph, it's your turn.
Oh, it looks like it's going my way. Hey kids, who wants to go for a ride? I'm gonna take a shot at the leader guy, and like a bunch of the mantis creatures are like clinging to the arrow.
So he is prone, so this will be a disadvantage shot.
Okay. Well, I also was stealthed, so do I?
So you have advantage, so it
Can I
cancels.
cancel it out?
Yep, that would cancel out. Good call. And he definitely is not aware of you at all. He's just... All right, so what do we
14?
got? 14 will miss.
Oh.
But some of your babies do get on the ship now. I don't know what the
I'll
rules
take
are
a
for that.
second shot at disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh, damn it.
The crit. Okay. The second one's going to miss as well. And it's just like, they just hit in the thing and he's like, sniper!
And I'll just move. Get over
Oh,
here.
you're way back there. Uh-oh. Actually, it might be better. You're not going to get attacked. So here comes the ooze commoner. He's just gonna, he's gonna run away. He's gonna like slime through a crack. Oh, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna use that the Amorphous action, and his rags drop to the ground, and he just like through the crack in the ship, and he's gone.
Hey,
Clever girl.
where are you going?
He's going into the cargo. And then it's thug time. So this thug is up on the ship. I'm gonna regret having so many thugs, but that's what the module said. So this thug is gonna come after you, Placebo. Actually, this thug's gonna come after you. And they got multi-attack. There we go. 2 attacks with the melee, with the mace. So here comes the first swing. 17.
Yes.
All right, that'll hit. This is really like this. The UI really tempts me to hit critical. So that'll be 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and then he's gonna rear back and he's just like bonk, bonk, just like bonking you on the head with this mace. Die, ooze.
Well, there's no need to get so violent. All right, 4 damage.
So they're 4.
All right.
Okay. And then that gets us to the next thug, and this one is down here. This one's gonna rush up and try to grab a hold of Elena. And he's actually going to try to grapple her. So we'll do an athletics check. That'll be his first attack. It'll be a 12, and she'll resist with athletics. So they're trying to grapple, and they're just having this little contest. She just pushes him off, and then he'll go ahead and take his second attack to bonk her with the mace. Actually, can monsters do that? I know players can do that. Can monsters grapple in replace of one of their attacks?
Their action is multi-attack when they
Yeah.
do that, so
I think it's
either or.
I think you're right.
They have a thing.
I'll let that go. So that'll be that, and then so he doesn't do anything else. This thug is going to run up and he's going to attack, and this is where problems happen because he gets advantage because his buddy is right there. They got pack tactics.
Ooh.
Yeah. An 18 will hit. And I'll go ahead and do the other attack just to get it all going. And a 17 will hit as well. So Elena, she is about to get hit twice.
Is she on the initiative order? Does she?
Oh, she might not be. Good call.
Because I
I'll
think
be
she's
at her.
able to defend herself.
Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? So how much total did I do? I did 11? Okay. So this guy just smacks her around while she's being harassed by the other thug, and just like, it's like a dirty blow, and just blood out of her mouth. It's like, I've had worse. And then we get to the other thugs. So these thugs down here are just like kind of the ones down here at the bottom. They're struggling with that last crew of people, and so just kind of like trying to beat back the commoners that were trying to get on the boat. And then it's Placebo's turn.
Oh, okay. I will try to disable this one that's attacking me. So I will attack it with my quarterstaff.
Now, does that mean, are you saying non-lethal when you say disable?
Yeah, I don't really want. I want to try to get to the captain. So this one, I'm just trying to
19 hits.
put out of commission. So yeah.
Yeah.
For 10 bludgeoning, and I will smack him again. Try to.
Okay.
Whoops. Let me. Sorry. Make sure I hit the right button. Oh, 11.
That hits.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a thug.
Well,
He just wearing a shirt.
He hit me really hard for 6 bludgeoning.
Yeah, so you do a pretty good chunk of damage to him with your staff, and like, yeah, he's just wearing like a sailor shirt and he's got a club
Okay.
or a mace, I guess.
And then I guess I will bonus action unarmed strike.
Yeah, the art's a little misleading. They look, they're wearing like plate mail. That hits.
I know.
Maybe just messed up the
For
armor
8
class.
bludgeoning.
That hits. I'm sorry, that hits and does damage. Yeah.
And he's still up. I want to use what is it called? I have the ability to do Hands of Harm or something like that when I hit with an unarmed strike. It's called Hand of Harm, and I can spend a key point to deal an extra 1d6 plus 2. So
Okay.
I will do that for 4 more bludgeoning or necrotic. 4 necrotic.
Well, they don't have resistance to necrotic. In fact, they're people, so they definitely take the damage. He's still alive, but can you describe how your Hands of Harm works as like an ooze? What's happening
what
there?
it does is like a blob of the ooze touches his forehead, and it kind of has like it starts to decompose some of the skin, the flesh, a little bit. So it's like when I punch him, it leaves a little slime behind.
That's nasty.
Not really great.
Yeah, I was really hoping that's what your Hands of Harm was. Like it was like what's the ooze that's like it burns you when you touch it?
And I don't know, like
Black
a
pudding?
nettle.
Black pudding.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. Okay. I don't know,
Dungeons
inside a nettle or something, But,
Ugh, okay.
so, I was really hoping that would be enough.
It was close. All right, so this other one's gonna come running up, and it's gonna also come at you, Placebo. And okay, this could be interesting. Pack tactics. So attack with advantage. Gonna roll it twice. First one's a 20
Those will both hit.
and a 22. All right, pink. And so, like, basically, as you're like, basically burning the life out of his friend, he's just up long enough to drop 2 big heavy hits on your back. It's also another 12 points of damage.
Just imagining like pink bits of slime going flying everywhere.
Nasty.
All right.
And then where is our other thug? So this thug down here is one of the ones that's occupied, and then temporarily, anyways. And then we have a thug up here, and it's gonna see you, Zoraz, and it's gonna come running around, and it's gonna come he's just like this shirt and his chest hairs flailing everywhere, and he's just gonna try to whack at you. 16 and almost 17.
Sorry, yeah, that both hits. Yeah,
They both hits. Okay, I'm being polite. I know they both hit, but this is not going to be healthy for you. So you're going to take a total of 10 bludgeoning damage. Just he's towering over you, this big, muscular, kind of slack-jawed guy. Bonk. Bungo smash. Well, he's probably not that stupid, but
you're big.
I'm actually average intelligence. My intelligence is 10. Okay. And then we'll move on to the rest of the thugs. And this thug back here, Zeph, he saw you like shoot and like duck around the corner, and he's going to come investigate. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he sort of like, he pulls out his crossbow because he knows you're like moving about, and he's like sniffing around. Doesn't see you, so he dashes a bit around the corner, and I'm going to make him do a little perception check just to see if he picks up on you. And you're not doing any kind of hiding at this point, are you?
Not yet, no.
But I think you still, don't you get like advantage on something for being like camouflaged?
Yeah, advantage on stealth checks.
Okay. He hasn't picked up on you just yet, but that was his action anyway. So he's going to kind of run around, and he's like looking this direction down to the south. And that brings us to the last thug, who is going to try to like push through the crowd, and he'll get up to like right about there. So coming around, it's Elena's turn. And Elena is going to, oh gosh, she's in trouble, and everyone's all on top of her, and she's going to these guys are both healthy. She's going to get the hell out of here. She's going to disengage and get on the boat, and she'll say, we got to get out of here. Where's Flapjack? Anyone seen him? Anyone seen a flump with a pirate hat?
No. Mm-mm.
He's
All I see-
downstairs with Hungry Jack.
And so she calls it out, and she's just sort of like, that's the end of her turn. And Koraz, you're up.
Okay, Koraz is going to, let's see, going to cast Infestation. Well, I don't know why I did that, but I think that's a Constitution savings throw for this guy here.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
14 is the number.
Constitution saving throw. Oh, you made it. 19.
Okay, does it? It says must succeed. Okay, yeah, succeeds. Nothing happens, I don't think. Yeah.
Is that a cantrip?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of times the cantrips, they're all or nothing.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, and then I'm not gonna take an opportunity attack. I don't think. I'm just gonna cast Healing Word as a bonus action on myself, just so I can take another hit after this.
All these what's your infestation spell like? Is it like spores, or like what's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I want to say, I picked it kind of because I was a bug too, so I want to say like
your own bugs.
like it's my own version of my babies. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to mimic Zeph's deal, and it's not as good, clearly.
Yeah, they fly out and just disobey you and immediately just escape
Yeah, they're
the atmosphere.
like me. They're like much smaller than Zeph's children. You know, it's like just actual bugs.
They're just a variety of bugs you've collected. All right, Ichabod, you're up.
I am going to upcast hold person, so I can hopefully get both the Travius here and the healthier of the two ruffians by Placebo.
Got it. Okay, we'll do the ruffian first. 10. So he is held. What happens to the whole person? Are they incapacitated?
I'll drop the description
I
in.
think they're like paralyzed, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Okay.
They're. Oh yeah.
He freezes up, like it's like, you know, he's being like tasered. And then Travius, who hasn't even had a chance to do anything cool yet, he is probably also going to get. Let's see. Come on, Travius.
No.
You can do this. DC. Yeah. There we go. He resisted.
Ruh-roh. All right. Seeing that failed, then I think we are going to. Let's see. How bad of. Well, actually, I just cast a leveled spell, so I can't do healing word anyway. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Like,
You made the right choice. I was just measuring if I had 15 feet to get to you.
No, I know there's a target on me. I've been messing with him.
So he's gonna stand up. So that'll be his first. That'll be half his movement. He's like, "You son of a, he's just dropping a bunch of filthy sailor curses that I won't even pretend to do. And he's gonna get up and say, "You're next after I take care of a little pink one." And he's gonna run up right behind Placebo. He's like, "Trying to take my ship." And he pulls out a let's see, he's got multi-attack. He's pulled out a longsword that he had sheath, and he's going to come at you with the longsword.
I'm actually very good at loading things. It was true.
It was true. It was true. And he doesn't get any kind of special stuff. Although, what does he have? Oh, it's just his armor. Okay. He's got splint mail. 15.
That does not hit. Too much of me has been maced already. There's just really hard to find anything to slice.
All right, so he's just like coming at you.
But that one does it.
All right, and this will be two-handed. I mean, I'm supposed to announce it, but I mimic two-handed. 12 points. just slices.
I am a tough little plasmoid, but this is really taking a toll on me.
He's like, you should have. Well, I guess you didn't lie to me, but your little blue blob guy friend, one of them lied to me. So you're gonna die. This is my ship now. And he's like, "You idiot, Travis! It's my ship." And they start arguing back and forth. And then it's thug number something or other. And so these thugs are kind of like just like shuffling around. They're trying to get on the ship. And this one's actually gonna get up, I think. What was that? 5? Yeah, he'll get up. And this is gonna keep the hurt going. 2 attacks on Elena. And they both miss.
Yeah.
Zeph, it's your turn.
Okay, you found me.
He's got his back turned to this crossbow. Where'd you go?
I'm gonna cast Zephyr Strike.
Ooh.
And take a swing at this guy. I have advantage.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the one you get like a burst of damage too, right?
There's a little extra damage if I make it.
You hit.
All right. So start with this. My kids will help. They're a little
Okay, so 7.
5 extra points there, and then the Zephyr Strike This is force damage. Another 8 points of force damage.
Yeah, you just like wail on his back, and all the little critters are running all over him.
14 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. You've shredded his little thin pirate shirt.
10 points.
Got anything else in there?
I'm running past him. Goodbye.
And you get the disengage for free, right?
Yeah, no attacks of opportunity, so
Okay.
my
Yeah, so
speed
you
is
just like
increased,
run
so-
through, and you just fuck him up. Like he's just and like blood's everywhere, just like cuts and gouges, and he falls to a knee and drops his crossbow. He's not dead, but he probably will be dead in a little bit. All right, and then thug time again. So there's a thug that's still up. Oh gosh, I'm scared.
Well, he's up in this position with 2 squishies on the boat. So.
All right, he's gonna attack. He's got advantage because of Travius there, unfortunately. 17.
That's my armor class.
Oh wow! And then the next one will be a 13.
All right.
So the damage
I'm
is
still up.
5.
I still have 3 hit points. Good thing I took that wild spacer. It gives me the tough feat, so I have a little bit of extra.
Wow!
there.
Really?
So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So I have 3 hit points. I'm still up.
That's a cool background.
Yeah.
And he's like woozing on his feet, like blood is coming out of his forehead where you like singed him with your horrible black ooze hand, and he's just like barely hanging on, but he's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And then that'll get us up. So this thug's gonna get up, and he's gonna take an attack.
Oh man.
And this will be advantaged. Yeah, so it's starting to get pretty ugly. Miss. And I think it's going to be hit, but I think there's like she has a thing called parry. She can add 2 to her AC against a melee attack. No, so it wouldn't help. Okay. So she'll take that last hit. And she gets hit right like in the back of the head, and she's like, "Oh, God damn it. Flapjack, where are you?" And when she says that, a little guy appears coming up from like one of these vents, and I'll show you the picture of Flapjack. Here is this. So Flapjack comes like flooping through from somewhere inside the boat. And you could tell he was like, he's like shaking with like fear. Like Travis has clearly been like, commandeering him. And I don't have a token for him because I didn't think this is gonna go to this point. And so she'll say, "Flapjack, gain control of the ship." And we'll just say that Flapjack is like on her initiative. All right, and then the next thug is gonna move up. It's gonna get up there, and it's gonna pack tactic. Attack her. So 2 swings with the mace with advantage. First one will be deflected by her scimitar, but then the second one hits her right across the face. Oh, not a critical. You really need to move the criticals like below the normal hit.
I know. I've run into that too, trying to get in between there.
Yeah, I might just have to lose this skin. Oh, I attacked him. Dang it. So many things happening. Okay. Cool. She's starting to look a little rough. Not in danger necessarily, but it's you guys gotta get out of here. And that'll bring us to the thugs down here. This thug down here at this point, Zeph, he's one of the ones been calmed. I'm just gonna say he's like still chill and just dealing with trying to like calm down these last civilians. Placebo, it's your turn.
All right. I have a person who's paralyzed in front of me, but also somebody who's pretty injured, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, this one looks really bad.
I would like to try to hit him with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Okay.
Unnecessary, but
Yeah, now, right? Like that would have been handy before, but anyway, I'll hit him.
yeah, you. Are you still trying to like non-lethally?
I was with the thugs because I thought maybe if we got rid of the captain, or disabled the captain, they would calm down.
Okay.
But,
Okay. Well, you knock him unconscious then, I'm guessing.
yeah.
So we're gonna just say he's unconscious. What's it? Is it right click? Yeah, there we go. He's unconscious because you knocked him out non-lethally.
And then
He's out.
I would like to turn around and try to hit the captain with my quarterstaff.
Okay, go for it.
$24.
Oh, that hits.
All right. So I would also like to try to do a stunning strike. So I will use a key point to try to stun him.
Okay. And that's a con save? Oh, there it is.
Should
Nice.
be there. Yeah. It's not a very high con save, but I want to try.
Oh, I keep getting kicked out by Foundry. Is anyone else getting kicked out?
Yeah, I get the message.
I'm getting the message, yeah.
But then
Foundry.
I
It
get back
doesn't
in,
seem like it's
so-
bothering me.
Yeah, it appeared and then disappeared.
Interesting. Some reason it didn't roll through on my side.
Yeah, I mean, I put it in the chat, but I couldn't
Mhm.
roll anything because it's a saving throw he has
Mhm.
to make. So.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. It is. I'm gonna refresh. If this kicks everybody out, I'm sorry. We'll just say you all died and start
Okay.
over next week. Everyone's dead. No, it's cool.
But here's
Um,
what really happened.
Here's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
It
right.
was all a dream.
Forge, the whole reason for your existence is to prevent this. Okay. I'm having trouble refreshing on my end, but I am going to do an online dice roller so we can at least see what's happening here. Pink, 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 pink. All right. So roll a d20. I rolled a 2, so there's almost no way on Earth that I save. So, right?
13. Yeah, I don't know if he'd have an 11 plus 11.
He's got a plus 11.
He's a really tough guy.
He's actually a black dragon in disguise.
He's the big bad of the whole campaign.
So that would be an
So
interesting
he
twist.
would be stunned till the end of my next turn.
Cool. So he's stunned, and I am totally unable to like get in. Are you all able to still run, or is it frozen up on you?
It looks like I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
looks like
I'll
you
just look at
popped
them.
back in.
Did I? Okay, I'll give it a
Well,
couple
your name
seconds.
did. I don't know.
All right. You know what? We're all experienced D&D players. Oh, and it just made happen. It's back. Yes. Thank you. I was gonna have y'all start DMing yourself.
Yeah.
So Placebo, that was your turn. There's a thug that's up next.
Well, that was I still have a bonus.
Oh
action.
yeah, go ahead.
So he's stunned till the end of my next turn. I can do my bonus action attack on him, right? With advantage.
Yes.
He's stunned.
It's
Am I auto
advantage,
crit?
and I think it's auto crit, isn't it? I always get this messed up. But yeah, go ahead. You could definitely do the attack. I'm pretty sure it's advantage.
If that's true, then it was a 24 to hit. I think that's what happens when they're stunned, right?
Yes. Attack rolls have advantage. That's all though. You don't get the extra cool
Right.
stuff. That was paralyzed, I think, that does that.
So
8 points.
eight, yes.
Okay, cool. So he's been laughing like a moron, and now he's stunned up next to his friend, and you just punching the crap out of him. All right, and then anything else?
No, I'm done.
All right, our thug is the next thug up is the one that's hold personed. Does he get to do a saving throw at the end of his turn for hold person?
Yes, he does.
Okay, and that was con.
I'm in the process of
I
refreshing.
think
I
that
believe
one's wisdom.
That was wisdom. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Well, I'll roll it, and if it's really bad, oh no, it's close enough that no, it's not. It's 8. Yeah. No, 18.
Yeah.
So okay.
18. Yeah, that definitely makes it.
All right, that's the end of his turn, but he is no longer held. But you kept him from finishing off Placebo. And then we'll take a look at the rest of the thugs. All right, so this thug over here, Zeph, he is going to come mess with you. Because if this, like, he's enraged and he sees you, like, you know, running around with blood dripping off of like 4 different weapons or something. And so he's going to run up and he's going to try to mace you. Attack number 1 is 20, and then attack number 2. Oh, that's not gonna hit. Okay. And so for the attack number 1, we're gonna get a whopping 3 points of damage, and then he just stares at you.
It was a good
like,
try.
shit. Okay, and then our thugs. So Koraz, this is the thug. A very fateful moment. You take 2 swings at you. You don't want to crit. Oh, okay. Okay. That was almost 2 crits. Do you see that? They're both 8s. Does a 12 hit?
No.
So he's just like,
God, he missed me. I would have been squished like my cousin.
all right. This thug over here is just gonna run away because he's like bleeding out of like all of his. The one at the bottom, he's bleeding out of everywhere. And then we have this thug that was like sort of calm, and he's just gonna like casually. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, he just like was standing still and just got shredded. It was like a horror movie. This calm one's gonna come up. He's not gonna do anything. He's like, guys, I think we should hear him out, maybe. I don't know how that spell works, but we're just gonna go with that. And then that brings us back to Elena. So Elena, at this point, she's gonna say, Flapjack, take us up.
We do have a friend still on the docks. Perhaps
you see Flapjack take one of its little tentacles and like. Unfortunately, they can only speak telepathically, so you can't hear him talk. But he's gonna flap his little tentacle, and he's gonna float over to the helm, and he's gonna situate himself in the little chair. And it's basically like it's almost like a floating seat. Like I don't think it doesn't have any legs. He's just kind of like hovering there, and he like settles in with his gigantic tricorn or I guess bicorn hat. It's like flopping all over the place. And you can see him starting to like, you know, sort of engage with the ship, but he hasn't quite taken it up. And then Koraz. Actually, I guess you would say, why don't we say this for probably what would really happen? You start to feel the galleon separate from the dock, and it's like lifting out of the water. It hasn't gone very high yet, but you can feel like the thrust of gravity against your feet. And it's your turn.
That is weird. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch on this guy right in front of me. And if it hits, oh my god.
What was it? 13? That hits.
Oh, okay, cool. And he's going to say, I am the lone locust of the night. Think of me when you look at the night sky.
Oh man, that's how much total was that?
I think it's just 7.
Oh, just 7. Okay, I misread. Okay,
Yeah.
So
and then I get half of that in hit points.
All right, so round up or round down? Do you know?
It doesn't say. It just says you regain hit points equal to half the amount of necrotic damage dealt. So I'll leave that up to you. Up or down.
Let's round up. 4 points.
Oh, so sweet.
Very sweet. Cool. And then anything else out of you?
Yeah, and then as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Misty Step and get the heck out of there.
Oh, I think that's Vampiric Touch is a spell, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think you can't Misty Step afterwards.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, you could do a cantrip and a misty step, but you can't do the 2 spells.
Oh, weird. Okay. Because but this spell is a bonus action.
Yeah, it's one of those weird rules where like the way that it works, even if it's a bonus, you can't cast fireball and then healing word.
Okay.
Because they're both leveled spells.
Gotcha.
I think that's right. Is that I might be fucking that up?
Yeah,
that's
right.
No,
Okay.
that's true.
Okay.
Can't
Cool.
do 2 leveled spells.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So then I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to stay where I'm at. Cool.
And are you connected to this guy with your vampiric touch? Is it like can you do like each turn or something?
Let's see. Yeah, I guess so. It says concentration up to 1 minute. So yeah, I guess it says I can't make the attack again on each of my turns. Yeah.
Cool. So you have like this vampiric connection with this guy. It's like, and he's just like staring at you. Ichabod.
All right, I am upcasting Healing Word at 3rd level on Placebo.
Okay.
I am so sorry to be of so much trouble, brother.
Oh, I'm just sorry that you got as low as you did. And he
I
is
will try
going...
better this time.
Who looks like they're in worse condition, this thug or this thug?
This
That's a
one's
good question.
unconscious.
Yeah.
This one was the one I knocked unconscious, right?
The one next to Koraz is definitely a little more hurt. The one that's next to Placebo looks healthy.
Okay. Well,
He hasn't been touched in the fight yet.
Yeah,
But the one next to Koraz is like sucking like necrotic energy out of him.
Sorry, Koraz, but this
You're good. Protect your sister.
they're using their pack tactics, and that means he is more dangerous. All right, so I am going to just try to whack. Actually, hold on.
With your walking
I'm
stick.
actually pretty horrible with the walking stick. Actually, is pretty bad. I think I'm better off with my dagger, believe it or not. So let me go and take a look.
Oh man, I just thought of that. I think with the Thrycreen little extra hands, I think you can make it attack with a light weapon also.
Yeah. It's sort of like basically it's like offhand attacking.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna do a dagger. Actually, he kind of pulls the top of the walking stick off, and there's a little blade attached to the sphere on the top of it, and he's gonna try to knife this guy.
Yeah, that was my entire. I had imagined you had some kind of dexterity-based, like bladed cane.
Ah,
That hits.
whew. All right. Why is damage normal?
Wow, 6 points. Pretty healthy for a dagger.
Yeah.
You knife him.
It's like bad form, and he just gets him in the kidney.
Oof.
All right, now it's Travis's turn, and he is stunned till the end of his turn.
To the end of my turn.
End of your
Yeah.
turn. That's right. Dang, it's so good. Stunning strike is like the best thing.
When it works, it's
When it
nice.
works.
Yeah.
When it works. All right. Yeah, and so it's just like shit's getting crazy right now because there's like thugs everywhere. So this they're just gonna keep beating down on Elena. And yeah, and let's kill an important NPC right in the beginning of this. That's okay. She's okay.
Flapjack becomes our new quest.
Flapjack.
Right.
I will give you quests now. Please save the planet. All right. Anyway, so -8 to Elena on the one hit. She's like, "God damn it, we have to get these things off the ship." But these things,
Working on it.
And then Zeph.
Oh, that's
And you see the ship start to lift out of the water.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm going to look to this thug here, and I'm going to cast Zephyr Strike. And I'll say, hey, what did one hat say to the other?
I don't know.
Well, hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
Little damage there. I don't know if it matters, but here's the little extra force damage.
So 3 plus 9, so 12.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's still alive. This is not the one that was hurt. But he's like, "What's the joke? What's the punchline?"
I'm going on ahead. See ya. I'll get it to move exactly 60 feet with the Zephyr Strike and get on the boat.
Yeah, you just like zip in, trail of wind behind you.
Oh, hey, what are you guys up to? I should probably hit one of these fuckers too.
Oh yeah, that hits.
And I'll have my keys help me on this one.
Okay.
Someday I'll use the other features, but it's just easy to do the extra damage thing right now. Extra
I don't
5.
even know, like, yeah, Swarmkeeper kids, they're just going nuts. Okay.
That's it.
Cool.
Why are your babies so much better than mine?
Little jealousy. All right, so then this thug, I'm gonna delete this thug from the map, but like just there's an unconscious thug, just remember. So this one's gonna turn around and attack you, Zeph. And he'll get advantage with pack tactics, 2 strikes.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's a fine
Okay.
how do you do. I just got here.
Here comes the crit. Bunk. Oh, it's a wimpy crit. 5 points. And the other one's, I'm assuming, a miss with a 14.
Yes.
All right, cool. And that's what he's gonna do. He's just gonna stay there and just like they're gonna like kind of go back to back now and like engage their pack tactics. This guy will say, "Boss, which one do we kill?" And boss is like, so frozen. So, but he's gonna go after Elena. Man. So that's 17. She is she can't. Parry adds a +2, right? Captain has a +2 to the AC against 1 melee attack that would hit it. No, so that won't work. Okay, so she's just gonna get hit. Bonk. Bonked on the head. And it's starting to add up. She's starting to hurt. She's bleeding. And then I think that's it. I don't know where the other thug is. He's off the map someplace, so that's fine. Placebo, it's your turn.
Right. So I'm going to take some swings at the captain, but with advantage because he's still stunned till the end of my turn. So that's why
Get
I'm
him.
choosing him. Oh boy, 13.
That one misses.
All right, I'll take my second attack.
I'm always wondering about like missing a stunned guy. Like I feel like it should be.
know.
That's a hit.
You know,
You just get so excited.
Hit his armor. You know, that's probably what it is.
for 8
Yeah.
bludgeoning. And man, I think I'm actually going to use my last key point to do flurry of blows and try to hit him 2 more times because it's at advantage. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, that is smart.
Yeah, hit.
oh yeah. For
Oh.
10, and then the last one for 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
All right.
No whammies.
Well, I avoided a whammy. 9 bludgeoning. And
Yeah,
then
so he's just-
no longer stunned.
And he's just like,
Probably pissed.
and then you drop all the hits, and just blood just like shoots out of his mouth, and he like collapses, like, grabs his stomach. And yeah, so he's no longer stunned. Now, yeah, that's cool. Okay, so I missed Flapjack's turn because he's technically not on the initiative. That would be after Elena's turn. The ship is now pulled out of the water and you're about 10, 20 feet off of the area of the dock, and you can see below you there's other thugs like looking up, and there's also like probably like 10 to 15 civilians that didn't get on the boat in time. They're being harassed by these thugs, and they're all just like, and they're like, you know, putting their hands out for like help.
We did our best.
You should have. I told you to, Floyd.
Yeah.
So our thug friend, he is he's a pack tactic guy. He's gonna go after you, Placebo, because he gets advantage on attacks.
That only makes sense.
Don't blame the enemy. That's a hit, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So bonk, here comes 7 points.
All right.
And then he's gonna turn around with another one.
And that one hits just like the other one.
That's right.
They are the same number.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Just Frogs.
Oh, just frogs.
Just Frogs.
Was that only
No toes.
frogs or jurisprudence-minded?
just
No injustice for frogs.
That's right. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, be a fan of frogs, just ones would be a good way to go. So that is his turn, and I think he's gonna stay where he's at, kind of like, you know, engage with you, but he's looking your way now, Ichabod.
Koraz wants to point out he has an Only Frogs page.
This thug is left. This thug. It's a thug next to you, Koraz. This is we're going again. So you're sucking vampiric energy out of him. He's gonna attack you 2 times. Wow.
I learned how to dance.
Boogie woogie.
Wish my thugs sucked like yours did.
He's just like, it's like whack-a-mole. You're just like sidestepping. You can't get the rhythm.
I'm doing one of these.
Stand still. I can
You don't
hit
know
you.
what you're saying in plasmoid.
Hopefully it's go to hell, thug.
All right, this thug is gonna no longer be cool and collected because he's on the ship and it's taking off, and he's gonna go ahead and attack you, Zeph. And pack tactics 2 attacks, and they're just like doing the best. Oh, crit! There we go.
Oh no!
2 crits.
Oh my gosh.
These
All
thugs are on like steroids.
No
Oh,
kidding.
man.
So that one's 9. Yeah, he came out of his funk. That was 7, so 15 total. Just bonks you on the head 2 times.
Owie.
And now we get to Elena, and Elena is going to take the shove action. And that's athletics, right? Oh, there we go. 22. And is there any? What's the resistance for shove? You just have to hit. Oh man, I fucked that up. How does the shove action work? Shove action.
I don't know. I don't do it very often.
Question.
You use the attack action. Hold on a second.
This
It's gonna be important for this
would
campaign.
be
so we
a
gotta figure this out.
contest, I think, or
The attack. Yeah, I think you're right. You make a strength check, and then the other guy goes up for strength athletic. It's basically like a grapple. Okay. So he's gonna take nothing good. So he'll take athletics to resist. I don't know if that's mathematically possible. Getting close. Oh yeah, I guess it's technically possible. And he's gonna be shoved off. And since he's a low-level thug that I don't think we care about, he doesn't get any extra saves. He just goes flying off the edge of the ship. And since you're not in wild space, I mean, you're in wild space, you're not like outside the atmosphere of the planet. He just goes, and falls into the ocean.
Cue Wilhelm scream.
Yeah. And then Koraz. You're just hopping back and forth. So
Doing
got
the
your
boogie.
vampiric energy going.
Yeah, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my action to do a little damage with that vampiric. Let me see how much it's. Again, another. Yep, another attack, another 3d6. I guess I get To
Yeah,
me,
that sounds right.
do I have to roll the attack again on each turn? I think so, right?
Yeah, I would roll it. So see if you get like 3 6s or something.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, not the attack. I think it's attached, isn't it?
Is it? It just says. See, that's what I was wondering, because it just says until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns as an action.
Got it.
So that's why I was a little confused.
Yeah, you're right. Unfortunately, a 10 does miss. You found the bottom of the barrel.
I think I'm going to use my magical guidance to re-roll it using a sorcery point. All right, so let me do that again. Do. Oh, Jesus. Well, that was a waste of a sorcery point.
You saw the spell up, but you don't get any of that precious juice out of them. Ichabod. Oh, I guess anything else, Koraz?
Yeah, I don't think so. Now, let me ask you, with the spell thing, right? Since this was a spell I cast another turn, would I be able to Misty Step out of there now, or no?
That's correct. Yeah, because you're not casting the spell again. It's kind of like a lot of times clerics, they'll do like bonus action spiritual weapon to cast it, but then like the next turn they just use it. It's kind of the same thing. It doesn't count as casting it.
Okay. Then let me just make sure I still got a second level. Yes, I do spell slot. I'm gonna Misty Step out of there then.
Cool.
And where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go next to my buddy over here. Squow! And that'll be it.
All right. So it gets to Travis's turn, and he just got the shit beat out of him.
Oh, you skipped me.
Oh, I did? Oh, I'm sorry. Ichabod, you're up.
Yeah. So I am going to bonus action Bardic Inspiration on Placebo. Because we gotta take this captain guy out.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just do that and throw it in there, and then I will, as an action, try to dagger this guy again, who's kind of between the two of us, trying to just get rid of anybody and everybody.
That's it. Yeah, 6 points right into his other kidney.
How about you?
Stop that! Oh,
Leave her alone, you villain! And that's my turn.
All right. So then it gets to Travis's turn. I guess Travis, and he just got the shit kicked out of him by this little pink blobby person, and he looks around and he just drops the long sword, puts his hand in the air. He says, all right. We get the message. You showed us what you can do. Welcome to the crew.
I think maybe it will be the decision whether or not you join our crew.
Okay, so we're going to go in order of initiative. Travis stands down. His thugs kind of stand down. Zeph, it's your turn.
I'm gonna cast Fog Cloud, which is a 20-foot radius. I don't know. It's not really measuring.
That sounds good.
I do it like this.
There's like a little I think you can even do like a measuring tool. No, that's not right. I don't know. If you cast it, it should put the template out.
Oh yeah.
I think. Maybe not.
Put it like right.
Okay.
Boundary. Ow.
I've been there. Those templates, man.
Is that what your children are casting, their own little fog cloud?
Yeah, right.
They never seem to do it quite where we want it.
Let me try this.
Cast the spell and see if it'll let us put the template out.
Okay, that's about right. Yep. It's actually perfect.
Nice.
So right there, So everyone in it is blinded. Except me, because I got blind sense.
Oh,
So
is that a Thry-Kreen thing?
No, it was a ranger thing I was able to take. I have blind sense within like 10 feet. So like I can,
That's pretty cool. Those like alternate like Tasha's things.
I'll get to right there. That'll be my turn.
Okay. I think the thugs are gonna like not know what to do with this, and they're gonna think maybe they just like came through a cloud or something, and they're just gonna kind of like wander about. I don't know. I don't need to show you that for some reason.
This is cinematic, you know.
All right, Placebo, it's your turn.
One trips over the side.
Okay, he surrendered. I'm not in the cloud, but I see the cloud, and I'm really, really low in hit points. So I'm just gonna step here, and I want to do the amorphous thing and just kind of go through the vents of the like where like the flume came out. I want to go back down and just so my mask gets left behind because it can't follow me and my quarterstaff, but I just like sink into the bowels of the ship.
Okay, so yeah, you slink into in there, and basically your backpack, like all your stuff is just like kind of hanging there.
I figured I would let like Elena and the others make a decision, and I just was like, "Oh, okay, I want to get out of here."
Cool. So you are out. Elena's in the fog cloud, and she's just gonna like cough and just kind of like wander. I'm just gonna like roll a d4 to see which direction she goes. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. That may not make sense in the camera, but makes sense to me. So she just wanders north, and she's kind of like trying to feel about. She's gonna bump into Koraz, and she feels like bug, or not bug, Thry-Kreen, and she's like, "Oh, you're one of the good ones. Here, help us get out of this cloud." And then Koraz, your turn.
Yeah, so I guess I don't have any blind sense or anything. So would I have any sense of which direction to go to get out of here, out of the cloud, or would I just like?
Let's do it as a skill check. Let's do it as a. What do y'all think? Would that be a perception check, maybe, or like an insight check, or like paying attention to your surroundings?
Survival.
Survival. That's much better. Let's do something that we don't do. Survival check.
Okay.
Animal handling.
I'll get that. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. So you're on the deck. It's like, if the lights go out in your house, you can still like wander around. Like you kind of know roughly. You also understand there's a danger to like falling off the side of the ship, so move carefully. Maybe half speed. And you could tell you want to go to your right.
Cool. So yeah, I'm gonna say to the lady who bumped into me, and I guess I'll move in that direction. I'll just say, follow the sounds of the clicking mandibles.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is just going in like telepathic. I've completely forgotten that whole mechanic.
Yeah, it's all going in her head, but I'm gonna click my mandibles together like so and to tell her to follow me, and I'll kind of move. You said half speed, so yeah, that's about 15 there. And yeah, and come out of the fog. Or no, I get one more for 15. So yeah, right there.
Cool. Yeah, and then did you want to do anything?
This dude surrendered?
Yeah, he's got his hands up and he's dropped his longsword, and he's kind of looking a little like, we can work out a deal. You can work for me. I treat my crew right.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to attack him, but I guess I will ready a firebolt at this guy, and I'm just gonna like put all 4 of my hands out, one of them which is holding a little dagger, and just kind of have the magic energies start to flow through my hands, and just be like, you're gonna get tied up in a second, so don't freaking go anywhere.
All right, cool. Go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Oh, good. I put some stuff in that one.
Makes sense. With 12?
Yeah.
So, his DC for other checks was 10, so I'm going to keep that going for persuasion and deception. So he'll look at that and say, "All right, we can talk. We can talk. Just your crew was the stronger crew. I'm not too big to admit that."
Sounds like this lady here is the captain.
Sure, whatever you say.
Well, that's good. I like whatever I say. I say, Walla Walla Bing Bang!
He looks really nervous, like his eyes start like darting. It's like, yeah, Walla, bing bong.
All right. Now, we're not in combat, or like, can I go up to him and like tie him up? Tie his hands behind his arms?
Well, I wanted to see Zeph's intention with the fog cloud. I was trying to get everybody like one last like decision about murder versus non-murder. Not murder, self-defense, egregious self-defense.
Preemptive.
Blurry. But I do want to hear. So Ichabod, you're up, and then Zeph. Ichabod, did you have any violent intentions?
Well, Ichabod he saw him drop his sword, and he knows, he doesn't know how big the fog is, but he would go in this direction to try to pick up the sword, and then he'd see it when he came out of the cloud, and he would pick it up with his, pseudopod and just kind of have it level at his neck and say, "It will be up to the captain whether we accept your surrender, your unconditional surrender, Master Travius."
Okay. He's fully intimidated. Zeph, what was your intention here?
I'm gonna try to kill the captain.
The captain or the
guy.
thug? Oh, Travis. Okay.
This guy.
I thought you were gonna kill the actual captain.
Oh no.
This is us.
This one. Hey, sorry I missed you earlier. I was trying to kill you, but you ducked. You're pretty good at ducking. I usually hit.
Hey. I'll do whatever you want. Walla walla walla, please.
Walla Walla Bing Bang!
He has surrendered.
I think you get advantage.
Oh, okay, that's good.
He's just standing there.
16?
Misses.
Oh no. You're
So
still
you clang
being a
off
little
his
weasel.
armor, and then he reacts, and it won't be advantage now because he's like, it's like
You're
fighting a
kinda
Skyrim
wily.
NPC.
Oh, what is wrong with you? Just sit still.
He's the big bad.
he's like, fine, I see how it is.
All right. I guess I'll do my offhand attack. Bonus action with the short sword.
All right, go for it.
Now you're just pissing me off.
You miss. Wow, what an unfortunate! Like you just fucked up all the thugs on your path up here, and then beef it. Right, we had a chance to murder
Back in the
it.
cloud.
He stepped into the cloud. He
You
doesn't
totally whiffed that one.
have a weapon, so he can't attack you.
Oh my gosh.
That was the worst murder hoboing I've ever seen.
I've
So
gone
none of the thugs
soft.
know what's going on. They're in the dark. But Placebo, you're up. We're still in
Alright.
combat at this point.
I'll come back up through the holes, and I'm just a pink blob. I'm going to try to grapple the captain and just hold him and be like, just like kind of almost
Go to sleep.
protectively. Yeah, go to sleep. Just don't pretend you're dead. I'm going to try to do that. So I will
This
use
one is
the-
bloodthirsty.
Is it a strength check or an athletics? Or like-
Athletics check, but you have
Okay.
advantage because you're a plasmoid.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, wow!
What did I roll? That's so bad.
2 twos.
Oh my god! Please, just pretend you're dead.
For your own good. Just
So that's what I'll do on my turn.
All right, Elena is gonna follow Koraz out, and she's gonna do the exact same thing. She's like, "I like the cut of the jib of that Zeph folk, Thrycreen. and she's just gonna like come up and attack. So she gets a multi-attack. She makes okay. Oh, what did I do that for? That was silly. Okay, so she's just gonna come up with her scimitar. She just comes running out of the smoke, following you, Koraz. Takes a right turn, and then she'll attack 2 times with the scimitar and 1 time with the dagger. And only 1 time hit. What is up? This dude is like lucky as hell.
He's slippery.
Yeah, he's a slippery. He's a fella. He's a slippery guy. Yeah, I'm imagining like exactly like a Skyrim NPC who's like getting all like aggravated because
That
his
is
thing.
so annoying. Just hold still.
Koraz, what do you do?
Oh,
you had ready to firebolt. Are you shooting it?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna shoot it since all my friends are attacking, and I'm gonna say this lady, this pirate lady, kind of bumped up against me, and I had like a Goonies moment, and I'm like really into her, so I'm just gonna do what she wants to do, and I'm gonna attack him. Yeah, I'm gonna firebolt him.
Hadouken with 4 arms. Yeah, so drop the attack. A hit.
20.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Nice.
You gotta roll good. Oh no, you actually don't need to roll good. Yeah, you smoke him. So, Zeph, you had the desired result. Like a good dad, you led your team to the proper conclusion. He was gonna betray you for sure. I mean, I don't know. I controlled the NPC, so he just gets blasted and just drops down. And that will end the combat. Elena will spit on him and say, "Travis is a known bastard. He would have stabbed us in the back as soon as we had the chance. You did the right thing." What did you say your name was again?
Koraz.
The rest of them, they're up to you, but I think that we need a crew. He's like, tell your friend to call off this foggy mess.
Hey, dude. Clear the fog, man.
Okay. I'll stop concentrating on the spell.
The fuck. We do need to talk because this came up in the against the Giants game I was in. That we do need to figure out about like, does the fog follow the ship? You know what I mean? I guess because gravity, the way gravity works in Spelljammer, I think it might. I think it would like stick with the ship, but there's some physics I've got to figure out because it's fucking Spelljammer.
It would render so many spells useless if
It's true. Yeah. You shoot a fireball and it like flows away.
Darn it.
The traditional airship, it didn't make much sense to cast it on if it just stayed.
Yeah. True.
I keep forgetting about inertia.
It's like you gotta pull out your blackboard and like solve this. We shoot the fireball 500 feet in front of us.
Ichabod reverses his hold on Travius's long sword and holds it out to Captain Elena. As Captain, the spoils are yours. And he just hands her the sword of Travius. I'm not sure if it was anything special.
It was not, but she'll take it. And she'll say, well, it's a bit crude, but always use an extra blade. And she'll just kind of like
Very
tuck
sharp. I can attest to that. It does slice.
And
Say so.
no hard feelings about your kidneys there, sir. Things happen in the heat of battle. Hopefully we can put it all behind us, bygones and whatnot.
She's eyeing them and she says, well, you all seem to be people of action. I'll leave it to you. What do we do with the rest?
Let's see.
Well, you said we need a crew. Do we need all of them?
Well, you bring up a good point. We also have about 40 or 30 or 40 citizens who made it on board. I'm sure a few of them are proper sailors. We
But
toss
these
all of
guys-
them over.
They can fight, and they were very loyal. And now that the person they were loyal to is dead, maybe they would be loyal to us. They fight
Maybe
very,
we should-
very hard.
Maybe we should ascertain which one of them would be most likely to lead the group in Travius's absence. That might tell us if any of them are ambitious and therefore dangerous.
That's really manipulative. Kill the one that wants to be the leader. Who of you is ambitious? Get off the boat. She ponders like, well, who could do that? Listen, it's my ship, but you saved our lives, so I'll defer to your decision.
Are we? I was gonna ask DM, are we high enough where if any of them got kicked overboard at this point, like hitting the water would?
Yeah,
Or
so
could they?
you look over the edge to ascertain that, and Flapjack has been like steadily raising the ship up, like kind of, you know, slowly to keep things less chaotic. But when you look over the edge, it's pretty far down there. You're hundreds and hundreds of feet off the ground now, and in fact, you suspect that any normal person would probably die if they fell off. In fact, maybe the guy that was kicked off died a while back. But more importantly to you, Ichabod, this is your home world. When you're looking over the edge, you are seeing these vines bursting through the ground everywhere. Like the entire, as far as you can see of the earth, like of Mucopia, sorry. Far as Mucopia that you can see, or Mucopia, there's these purple vines bursting out of the ground, some huge, towering, hundreds of feet in the air, some smaller. You can see the little vine creatures, the astral blights you battled, just like swarming all over the place and just attacking things. Your planet has been infested by these things.
Carol, have mercy. He has completely forgotten all about the thugs and is just kind of staring down in horror at what is happening to his homeworld.
What do you
And I
think
think,
that's all about?
We heard, Koraz and I heard a lot of talk about the meteorites, the meteor shower. Maybe they came from somewhere and were seeds that implanted on our planet.
That seems reasonable.
That's what the blacksmith said. And that seemed to be the house where all that weird stuff was coming from, too. That purple stuff. Blacksmith's neighbor's house or whatever.
And as you're pulling up out at this point, I'm assuming that, you know, the issue about these, even the thugs are looking over the edge and they're like, oh my God, you see that? And they're just like completely ignoring the fact that their lives were in danger. And they're just staring out. And Captain Elena looks and she says, I don't know what that is, but we need to get some help. And you pull out away from the planet and you zoom out on Mucopia. I don't have a cool viney version of this, but you zoom out and you're seeing the entire planet as you're pulling into the wild space around the planet. A pocket of oxygen forms around your Spelljammer ship, and you feel the shift of gravity away from the planet to the ship itself. It's kind of this plane of gravity, like that subtle sort of uneasiness that you all have become used to as sailors. And you just see the whole planet just pocked and just rife with these, riddled with these vines, and they're just pulsating. And as you're kind of pulling out, you'll even notice that the ice caps, the polar caps, almost are just like, maybe to your imagination, they seem to be spreading as the planet is just chilling and cooling from these vines, sucking out the life.
Can we, like, as we look out across the planet and what we see from the ships, do we see any signs of like these meteors that everybody's been seeing that we think maybe were hitting the planet?
So find out next time on Spelljammer, the light of Xaryxis. What is it? Xaryxis. Damn it. With Chapter 2, something about something. Chapter 2, Attack of the Star Moth. So actually, we will in there. Yeah, perfect. Include that in the YouTube upload. But yeah, so that is going to be our cliffhanger point. Is what do you see? Do you see any of these seeds floating around anywhere? You're going to find out next session. So that is where we're going to stop. So a couple things, players, awesome first session, lots of combat and fighting on docks is cool, but now you're in space on your Spelljammer ship, and so we're going to be dealing with some of the consequences of that in 2 weeks. So same time in 2 weeks, chapter 2. For those of you hanging out in the audience, I'm going to post the Discord link. Please come by and hang out with us in Discord. I know everyone talks about that, but I'm telling you, I'm in tons of different Discord groups. Our Discord is really nice, very friendly, and we recruit people out of it. In fact, we run a community campaign on the channel, so everyone that you see here has at one point in time played a community campaign, and I'm supposed to be DMing the community campaign. I will as soon as my schedule clears up. Next week I'll be open, but Alex runs the channel, he runs the community campaign, and it's cool. So come on in, you can see more, talk to us about the Spelljammer stuff that we're doing. There's a DM channel if you want to come and chat with, like, hey, as a DM, I need some help. How do you run stuff? What's your take on things? But also just come say hi and hang out and be friends with us. And of course, if you like what you see and you want to see some more of this campaign, we're going to be picking up in 2 weeks. Follow the channel. We do lots of recurring campaigns. This is a nice one because we're starting early, but honestly, there's so many really talented DMs in this channel that are, care a lot about the game, want to make it fun for the players, but also are, I don't know how to say it, but like, just, they're cool. Just put it that way. They're cool. And so follow the other campaigns and you'll see a lot of cool stuff happening. So I recommend checking the channel out, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. Next week, just plugging my own game, is Eberron. So I run a homebrew Eberron campaign every other Monday. That picks up next week. And so I'll be kind of alternating between my homebrew Eberron and the Spelljammer. So you'll get to see a little bit of both sides of homebrew versus running a traditional campaign, both in weird settings. I just like the weird stuff. It's fun. So that is all I wanted to say. Alex, did you want to say anything else about the channel before we sign off?
I don't think so. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. Tomorrow night, I think Zephistopholes is gonna run a DCC funnel. I don't know. He's got something going on, so you can come see that tomorrow night at 7. But other than that, we can throw a raid over to Guild Superior as we sign off.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody, and see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.